And welcome back to this week's episode of Campaigns of the Plains. We're playing D&D this week. So who wants to recap what we did last week?
Oh, I got notes. Okay.
Got notes.
My notes are called Body Snatchers. I wonder why.
Yeah, I wonder why. Please continue.
Okay, first note. We be snatching body carts. Well, I've explained my note title.
Yeah.
That was Finnick and myself. We went and snatched a body cart and bodies.
Yeah.
Remove curse, baby? Oh, because everybody's werewolves.
Several of you are, yes.
Yeah. And then the next note is Cat Jesus. And next to it I wrote Meow Saya.
I think you were sitting next to me. Because that's usually what I write down.
I'm pretty sure we said Cat Jesus and then we looked at each other and we were both like Meow Saya.
Yeah.
And then I wrote down body cart, musky body wind, entrail spaghetti.
Oh, that's an Eminem song, I think.
We're really good at kidney punches. And John the Tabaxi Guard thief buddy. And Obsidian's real name is Lily.
Oh, that's dope if you buried the lead.
I forgot about that. I put that on my fucking notes.
Shit. Let me just add this into my notes real quick.
I forgot to put that in. I put, you guys paid for some shit to be brought to you.
Oh,
yeah.
That's what I got for notes, guys. So work with that, Travis.
Okay, yeah, so the translation there is that we were in the old inn down there now, basement, hiding out till dawn, and so we got a long rest in. We came up to the surface to try and move Kudath's body out of the city so we could make a deal with the Tabaxi rebels. And we found that our cart has been stolen. So I believe it was these two went out.
These refer to us as the 18th.
Sure.
Sapphire and Finnick went out and re-stole a cart for us.
And bodies.
And bodies to boot. Dead bodies, which they brought back, and we hid Kudath's body underneath them all. And managed to smuggle it out of the city. There was a big pile of bodies outside the city where they were dumping everything, and we managed to evade the guards enough to get behind the pile so that we could escape the city unseen before curving away and making our way to the mountain. We got to the entrance of the mountain, to the main gates, and we made a temporary ally and a hidden Tabaxi guard, who we convinced him that we were friends and that we were delivering something to Sileth on the mountain, and he led us to where she had been hiding out for the day. We delivered the Kudath, who is still living. I shouldn't say body; he's still living. She was quite impressed and promptly decided to GTFO with his limp body. But we kind of struck a deal, I guess, to stay in this house that we had found her in, and we would just stay the night there while we were planning to what our next steps would be. I believe we were planning on possibly going up to Under Felix and scoping out the town and seeing what's going on there, who the major players are, and try and kind of establish a plan for what we're going to do next. While this is happening, Finnick had left to go meditate with his god, I guess, and he sacrificed his old bow, and his god was so moved that he granted him a new bow, a powerful weapon. And upon returning, Finnick gave his old rapier to me, and thought that I would get more use out of it.
I forgot about that.
I did too.
Yeah.
Better make sure that's out of my inventory.
Meanwhile, I can't quite remember what everyone else was up to, but we ended...
I talked to my cat.
You did talk to your cat, whose name is Lily. And while all this is happening, we were struck by an earthquake on the mountain, which I told you all was quite rare, and I never experienced it when I used to live on the mountain. So it's a mystery that we now have to solve, and I believe that's where we left off.
Correct. So just to give you guys some more context, the time of day is probably mid-afternoon at this point. You just had the rumblings of the earthquake, and the earth has subsided. Things around the house that you guys are in have jostled around a bit, as well as you guys yourselves. But earthquake, yes. But it seems pretty quiet at the moment. Like, you don't hear anything from outside necessarily. It's not like people running around the streets screaming or anything. So, what do you guys want to do?
I want to stick my head outside and see what happened, if everything's okay, or...
Okay, so you stick your head outside. Where are you looking? Are you looking, like, up towards the mountain? Are you looking back towards Taryn?
I think first, immediate surrounding, like, are any of these buildings harmed by the earthquake, or...
Definitely some of the buildings look like they took some damage, either some glass broken, or, like, some roofs, like, part of the roofs have caved in a bit in various of the houses. Some, like, if you look to the south, where the encampment is, some of those tents, they're just makeshift tents. They're not like buildings. So some of those have fallen down, but no substantial damage to Shaggy Paw, at least.
Yeah. It's probably a far ways away, but did Taryn experience any damage that I can see from here?
Give me a perception check.
Can we see Taryn from up here on the mountain?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a vantage point for sure.
You can see parts of it, yeah.
Okay. That's perception?
Yes.
That is... I rolled above a 10, so that is going to be a dirty 20.
So you're looking over the city a bit, and what you can see, you don't see any damage whatsoever from your vantage point. Mm-hmm. You don't know necessarily if Tarn was affected at all, but it doesn't seem like there's any damage.
Okay.
I know a way we can see if there was damage from Tarn. We could have Rosemary send a message to one of the shop owners, somebody she knows in town.
That's true.
About the earthquake.
I'll go back and be talking to him. I don't see any substantial damage to the local town. Rosemary, has Taryn experienced any earthquakes since the mountain's been here?
Not that I know of.
That's strange.
We never had any before the mountain came, so...
Rosemary, could you do as she says and maybe send a message down to Taryn?
Who do you suggest I talk to? Do you want me to send one to Bryce? And she looks directly at Sapphire. Should I send one to Bryce?
We don't... Bryce? We aren't close with him.
Well, we left without saying goodbye, unfortunately, but maybe you could reach Clifton and Evelyn.
One of them. Maybe Evelyn, she's a little more level-headed.
Yeah, see how they fared through the night. I hope they're okay, and just see, if they felt any tremors down there.
Okay, so you want me to ask Evelyn if she's okay, and if they have any tremors?
Yes.
Okay. Oh. And she grabs her holy symbol and things for a second. You can, see she's mapping out the words in her brain and, trying to get the right number of words. But she finishes the spell, and it takes her a couple seconds before she gets a response back, and she says, Evelyn, she sounds worried, but she's okay. She didn't say anything about tremors or earthquakes or anything in Taran. She is worried about you guys. She doesn't know what happened to you. She was wondering where you guys went. Well, I guess where we went, because I'm with you. But she's just worried about us.
How many more spells can you cast today?
Well, I can cast that spell at a higher level, potentially. I haven't really cast a lot of spells today.
Yeah, we just got up and then dragged a body up the mountain. We haven't really done much today.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to expend your resources, but I don't want our allies down on the ground to worry about us.
I mean, they literally just heard from me, so they know at least I'm alive.
Yes.
Maybe just let them know that we're okay, we're on a mission, and to hold down the fort, as it were, while we're going.
Yes. I would. Maybe spend one more slot just telling them what she said, that they should just maybe stay out of people's way, maybe stay inside your home or your father's home, and
yes,
until things settle down.
Okay, yeah, I will send them another message and let them know what we're up to.
Mm-hmm.
And again, she concentrates and sends a message.
And keep the cauldron safe.
Yes, I will make sure they know to keep the cauldron safe. Okay.
And use it if they're hungry.
And use it if they're hungry. Okay.
I feel like it's implied, but...
You never know. Sometimes you
never know.
Verbally give the permission.
Okay. Yes. So we are safe. I don't even know that there's a limit, but
use your.
But you don't know that.
I don't know that. That's what I'm saying.
Chatz doesn't know that, but you know that.
We're safe. We are on a mission. Keep the cauldron safe. You can use it if you need it.
Okay. Yes, I can do that.
Okay.
And she concentrates again, and you can see she releases the spell, and it takes her a couple seconds, and she gets a response back, and she says, "Oh, okay, yep. They said that they'll hunker down in my father's home. It's a little in disarray at the moment. I think they're gonna clean that up for us, perhaps. They'll make sure to keep the cauldron safe."
Very well. So then, if they didn't feel tremors, then it seems like it was only the mountain affected. So
this thing isn't going to disappear on us anytime soon, is it?
Yeah. Does it tremble
when
it?
While that would be wonderful.
Does it tremble when it gets ready to teleport? Are we gonna go somewhere else?
I've told you before. When I lived here, the whole moving mountain thing was an old myth.
How long has this mountain been here?
A few years?
We should talk to Syleth and ask her what it felt like the last time the mountain moved, because she would have been here.
But would she have been old enough?
It's only been 2 years.
I said a few.
How many is a few?
You were old enough to remember when it showed up.
It's fair enough.
She can't be that young.
Yes, I think asking the current residents of the mountain what it was like for the mountain to move.
Because it's unscheduled, been moved every couple of years, right? Because like Jonas saw it, and then it moved 2 years.
Yes, he did.
And then he was here, and it's been here for a couple of years. So, math tells me that it might move again.
I feel like, wasn't it you that said that they had trouble moving it?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. There was someone who said that to me.
I believe I recall something about them not being able to figure out how to control moving it, but it was doing it on its own.
Well, that's...
I'm gonna go and talk to Silas.
But I could be imagining something that never happened.
Busy with Kudath, and she said she'd be back later on.
Well,
Why don't you just let
Wait.
her...
okay, well, if this mountain teleports in the time that we...
I hope there's some kind of anchor on this damn thing to keep it from moving while we're on it. No offense.
Well,
The last thing I want to do is end up 5,000 miles from Rowan's home.
all I can tell you is what I knew is that there was a myth that it moved, and that we in the mountain never found anything remotely magical or mechanical that would possibly move this mountain.
So
And
you
our
never...
our minds went deep.
You never rode the mountain then?
No, it,
Well, the mountain has been ridden twice at this point. that
Well then,
we've known.
Silas would have definitely... Probably? Ridden it while it disappeared? Let's save the questions for her.
Yes.
The question for you, though, is, do you want to stay here, knowing that it might move and you would be disconnected from your home that you're trying to save?
To know that the mountain would move is great, and I hope it wouldn't be far enough away to the point where I wouldn't be able to get back home, but to see it somewhere else and be somebody else's problem, no offense, would make me pretty happy.
But what if it becomes someone else's problem like you and their home is
That's the
made?
reason why I wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
It's been my understanding through myth and history that wherever the mountain moves, it does become a problem just because we are unintentionally invading someone else's lands. So it's going to be a problem. That's a matter of fact. But
It just moves within this area, right? This plane of existence. We're not going to end up on the, plane of fire or anything.
well, see, the thing is that I don't know for sure. I don't know anything about its movement.
That's not reassuring.
All I know is that the stories say it was from a far-off land. It could have been a whole nother world.
That's not reassuring either. The last thing I want to do is plane hop with a mountain.
Well, I don't like the idea
It's not
either.
pleasant. It's not pleasant.
It was dormant for over 500 years.
Well, the were creatures obviously accidentally stumbled upon the device that makes it move, but they don't know how to turn it off.
So we should probably spy on the head werewolves
I mean, that's
figure out
That's
if
our intention.
Yes, I'm saying that should be our next move, is see what they know.
Well, we can't do anything about that until Silas gets back. So,
She said it would be tomorrow, I think.
tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Aye.
Well,
Is there anything we need to do in this town? I mean,
This town is poor. It has nothing.
well, it has nothing, but it has people.
the people are on the
People-
mines right now. There's no one here.
People are resources. They know
The
things.
resources are mining.
The old fella that I was able to talk to in one of the houses when we came up here the last time, he wasn't all there. So
Okay.
anybody left here is either going to be old and feeble or too young. And
So we wait for the workers to get back tonight. Then we interview them.
we just have to be really careful because that's when the guards get back too.
Yeah. Well, thing is that when the Tabaxi and the gods get back, I'm a Tabaxi. I'm just a returning worker. I can mingle in with them, see what I can find out.
I guess it's become a boon at this point for you.
And when things get tough, you're so aware creature.
Let's not think about that anymore.
Oh, everybody's a were creature.
No.
Well, you and I are okay. But I think that's it.
Agreed.
Well, I think at this point it is better to be aware. I'm trying puns. It hurts.
Well, I hope when I become a weird creature, it's like something cool, like a tiger.
Felines are pretty cool.
Oh my god.
Or a fox, and I wink at
Yeah.
I give you a
I'm
wink.
a dad. It's a dad joke.
Get your dad jokes out of here.
So what's the plan? Are we just going to hunker down until this evening?
I mean, there's not much else to do.
Okay.
Did you have anything else you guys want to talk about before we skip to this evening?
I will compliment Finnick on his new weapon.
Oh, thank you. I found it.
Just outside?
Yeah, it's in the grove.
Hey,
I guess it is made out of wood. I don't know how walls are made.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you.
it's made out of wood.
I know.
They're made out of wood.
And he found it in a grove. Perfect.
Right. It's very pretty.
Thank you. It means a lot to me.
You just found it and it means a lot to you?
Yeah, it's,
Sometimes things that you find have meaning.
Sometimes you just connect with things.
Yeah.
I'm really attuned to this one.
Okay.
To give you a little bit of... Oh, I think I opened the wrong one. Yeah, damn it, I opened the wrong one. I was going to give you a description of it, of the bow, because I put a picture. I was just going to describe the picture. I have to pull it up. One moment. Why can't I open the picture? One moment while I open that picture. Talk amongst yourselves. Things and
I have a
things and
question
such.
for the group. Sapphire has a question for the group.
Okay.
If I could get us more allies, would we take them?
What do you have in mind?
Well, I've remembered that Rosemary can send messages to people. That we just described to her.
I mean, I can do my best.
But my siblings are very, very combat ready. I mean, my sister's a druid. My brother's a paladin.
I'm very okay with your sister showing up and saying,
I changed my mind.
Right.
They could-
I thought you were trying to find them, though. And
Well, I don't know where they are, but if they're on this plane and I give Rosemary an adequate description of them, perhaps she can reach out to them and tell them where I am.
what if they're not on this plane?
Well, then there's a chance that she might not be able to reach them, but it's worth a shot. I actually think, out of character, that sending can reach on any plane.
It does. It goes to other planes of existence.
Oh.
Although, if
Wait,
there's
have
a
you been using sending or
Yes.
message?
sending message,
Message is only within 120 feet.
Correct.
200 feet or something like that.
sending, if it's on a different plane of existence, there's a 5% chance that the message doesn't arrive.
Yep.
So,
Message is good, but it's fairly weak because
Right.
it's limited in distance, and then I think you have to see them too.
it's directional as well.
Yeah, so you have to be able to directly connect with them. So you can be like hiding off in a distance, but like you can't get too far.
Mhm. Well, my thought is that they know how to fight. They could help us.
Do you really want to bring them here and put them in danger, though?
Would they not be in danger anywhere else that they are?
Are they?
I mean,
I have no idea.
I mean, you would know they're still in danger from your uncle.
Yeah, they're always in danger, and they don't know that they're in danger because I didn't tell them. So,
Oh, that's not good.
well, to be fair, Mother started it. She didn't tell us. I had to find it out from her journals, and then I didn't share the information, or that I was leaving. We're not a family that communicates, okay?
Seems like it.
What I'm asking is, do we want their help if I can reach them? If they're willing to help us at all.
An army of BreezeSongs.
I mean,
There's only
two more.
Two more.
Well,
I know each of
that
us
we
are
know of.
so cool
Right.
we count as 5 people, but
Well, having met 2, I think 2 more would do us well.
I've never met another one, but I am definitely
if you would
interested in
like to see
assisting.
my mother's corpse, he's got it in a portal.
I don't want to see another corpse.
Then you
It's not.
could have met another BreezeSong then.
Is that really?
I'd rather meet a live one, yes.
Right.
It's fair. It's fair.
So the bow, it has, obviously it's made of wood. It has actually antlers that are attached to the front that are bound with like a heavy twine, and it's on both sides of where the arrow shoots out of. So like where the arrow spits out of is literally between a set of antlers.
That's cool.
And it's obviously got a bowstring. And the antlers like protrude out of the bow itself.
Pretty cool.
Oh, I don't think that part there is wood. Where did you find that?
Found it outside, eh? Told you that.
Oh, there's more deer.
The punch one.
Oh, maybe it's the one you punched.
Oh.
We've just been carrying the antler this whole time.
I don't know what you do with the antlers.
Someone probably stumbled across a deer with a caved-in face. And was like, oh, I'll just take these, I guess.
We ate that deer, alright?
That's true. You did.
Well, what was left of it.
Are we just in a house? We're just like
Yeah, you're in a
chilling?
house. Yep.
So yes to the BreezeSong thing?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
At the very least, you could tell them they're in danger.
It would be incredibly awkward.
How many
I
words do you
suppose.
get? Do you have a limited amount of words you can use?
Yes, it is a limited message. It's around 25.
Okay. I don't know if I could tell them in so many words how much danger they're in. Maybe we'll just say, you're in danger!
You're a danger girl. That's just not
You're in danger from Uncle. That's only like 5 words.
They don't even know we have an uncle. Mother did not tell us things.
Oh, please don't.
You're right, you're going to need more than 25 words.
get mad at me because I won't let you eat a sweater.
It's not that hard, actually.
We need an intervention.
They're going to
start.
misread that.
Right.
BreezeSongs are drinkers.
Oh, is it Mother again? We found her. Is she on the bottle?
I mean,
Or is she off
Mother
the
is dead.
Oh, they don't know that either. I can't tell them that in a third-party
that
message.
might stop them from coming. But we should try. I suppose it's any help we can get.
I have Mother's body.
Ooh.
No. Oh. Okay.
Well,
Okay.
don't lie.
Oh my god.
What if it's something along the lines
that's
of
not a
like,
lie.
because they're gonna hear your voice, so you'll have to say something like, "I'm messaging for Sapphire."
I'm with Sapphire.
She needs your help, and she has information about your mother. We are near a town called Terran. How many words do I have left?
one word.
Thanks!
We can
Can you just
set-
send a thumbs up emoji?
No. What? She's claimed it.
Yeah, I know.
The bag is
Wait,
hers
where
now.
is Terran? Where is Terran
Yeah, wait.
located on map-wise?
It's part of the Verdant Expanse,
Okay.
next to the Stormcrest Mountains.
Okay.
So, I mean, you have no idea where your siblings are. So,
Mhm.
I mean, you can give a generic description
Yeah.
of where that is, maybe.
Right. I'll be like, something like, by town, Terran, by Stormcrest Mountains. Like, I'll try to give that
Okay.
kind of like, so that they could look at it on a map. Because, like,
I mean,
depending on how
look at
high
that
level Amethyst is, she's a druid and they can teleport. They can do like the magic circle, or they can walk through trees and stuff.
yeah.
So she might be high enough where she can get them here if she can like scry on me, maybe.
Assuming she's as high a level as you.
Right. We don't know how high level she is, but they've been traveling for almost as long as I have been.
She's a druid.
Right? They left not too long after I left.
So you guys...
That's my hope.
Right. You guys are in this area. So by basically where this giant body of water is, that doesn't exist.
Okay.
This is where you're at.
Okay. Well,
the mountain is on top of the water.
I'll try to tell her. That's what I'll try to explain a little bit.
Destroyed a lake. There's an entire ecosystem that has been demolished.
And and then when I'm talking to Rosemary, I'll be like, so it should be easy for you to contact Amethyst because she looks exactly like I do. Okay. So you got a visual. Really, you've got the visual. So it's basically me, but not me. Her hair's a little bit longer, She's got but it like fades to white. It's got that going on. She's druidy, but she wears a lot of like greens and flowy clothing, and she smokes a lot of weed, so she kind of sounds like this all the time.
Does she smoke weed? Is that canon?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's cool.
So she just has a different vice.
Yeah.
She's a BreezeSong.
Yeah.
She's a BreezeSong.
Do all BreezeSongs have to have vices?
Mm-hmm.
My brother's vice is working out a lot.
Okay. What's your vice?
It's not sex.
Oh, okay.
No, that's just a family trait.
All the way across.
Well,
Rowan's just smiling at this point. Right.
That's a family trait, huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Can't wait to meet her sister.
She likes to have. She has like trinket. I'm talking like my sister. I'm like, that thing that siblings do when they mimic each other. I'm basically embodying Amethyst at this point. I'm like, she's got like beads in her hair because she thinks it's so cool, but it's so lame. And
you might accidentally communicate her.
Yeah, very well might.
She thinks she's too cool for shoes.
She doesn't wear shoes?
Not all the time. She thinks she's too cool for them. Like, it's better for her to be able to feel the nature under her feet.
Oh, she's one of those types of druids. Real crunchy. What?
Yeah,
you know exactly what I mean.
She tried dreads once. It was not her scene.
Because it's cultural appropriation.
We are blue.
Yeah. Is she blue?
Yeah, we look exactly alike.
I like to pretend she's slightly purpler. She's like a little purple blue.
But it's because of like all the build up.
Yeah, just soot. Just a little dirty.
The grime.
Yeah.
She likes I feel like I've given some to you before. Didn't I? She likes to make like some special tea. It chills you out.
I'm sorry.
Is that her specialty?
It was a don't touch me.
I gave her to
I'm
Chatz
touching your
once.
sweater.
A long time ago.
She wants to make love to your sweater.
No, don't touch me there.
Oh.
That is my kitty square.
Yes.
Entire body.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
What about your brother?
Oh.
Oh.
Well, he's like real cool and he likes to like muscle lift and he's strong and he's all about cord. Wears big armor and he's got like he kind of looks like Mom. He's got like the whitish hair. He's got little horns, little tiny black nubby horns. Right?
Why does your brother have horns?
Did he have a different father?
I don't know.
I feel like I've heard this story before.
I mean, none of us have this. Well, I mean, Amethyst and I have the same father, but that's because we came out at the same time.
Oh, I didn't realize you were a twin.
She literally just said that she looks identical.
Yeah, she's my identical.
Okay, yes.
Sister.
I feel like that was a joke, but
when we were children, we used to play
your
pranks
humor.
on Mother, making her think that we were the other one.
Mm.
What? That's what twins do. We play pranks. Somebody's like, "Hey, Sapphire, help me with this," and you're like, "I'm you Amethyst? That's so rude. Even though you're really Sapphire.
I don't understand that.
Okay. Well, you clearly aren't a twin.
No, that's just
Do you not have siblings?
we do, but any time it's very rare for such a thing to happen. We hatch out of eggs.
I think the cool siblings could be tough out of an egg.
When they do happen, we still. I don't know. I guess we just always know who they are.
Well, technically, I'm the
That
oldest.
common.
That's important. I'm the oldest, not the boss.
Oh.
So
But how many seconds?
Oh, like 5 minutes.
I'm sure your mother hated giving birth to both of you.
She did. Yeah.
wow.
What? Twins is probably a lot on your body. I'm just
Oh no,
saying.
she just hated us.
Oh, that's not what I meant, but...
She didn't turn into a loving mother until after Onyx came.
Your mother sounds awful.
Yeah.
She was a very nice lady.
She was endearing in a very different kind of
You just
way.
need to get to know her.
I think she's dead and I can't?
Death
Well,
isn't permanent. Mother's died at least 7 times.
So we will pick up where we left off. I believe you were talking to Rosemary.
Yeah, I was describing my sister. I don't know if you want to try to send a message to both of them, or if you want to just try to send a message to Amethyst.
I'll try Amethyst. I feel like that would be easier.
Yeah, because at least you have something to work off of with us being identical.
Yes. We'll see what she says if she responds at all.
You could always send something to Onyx, but like he's just so passionate all the time. Like she'll probably bring him with her if she comes, but she's more level-headed, so she's easier to talk to.
Remind me, what exactly would you like me to tell her? That you found your mother?
No, that
Not the found her?
that I need her help. I need their help.
Okay.
And then I found I have information about Mother
Information, okay.
and the location where we are,
Okay. So
where they can find us.
we need your help. We know information about Mother. We're located by the Stormcrest Mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And then
In a town called Terra.
okay,
By
sounds
Terra.
good. So she concentrates again, and you can see her mapping out the words, and she finishes the spell, and she waits a couple seconds and thinks and listens, and she opens her eyes, and you can kind of see she's processing, and she says, well, I definitely reached someone. I mean, she does seem to have a similar voice to the one you pantomimed, or whatever you would like to call that. She said something about she doesn't know where Onyx is, and that she has no idea what you're talking about, but she can maybe come help. She says she's a little busy at the moment, though.
Okay.
She might have to find Onyx and meet us.
It's troubling that she doesn't know where Onyx is, mostly because I know Onyx.
Perhaps she chose to split away from him?
Oh, I would too.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you abandoned them.
It's just
Are you worried more about Onyx now?
I'm worried more about the people Onyx encounters. He's a lot. He takes after Mother that way.
Well,
He just has a lot of personality and aggression.
Fists.
You know, like when you are really pumped about something, really excited about something, and you get hyper and happy and stuff like that. That's Onyx all the time. It's Onyx all the time.
Okay.
Usually works out to get through it.
Okay.
He's also very opinionated. I just feel like he would get on a lot of people's nerves really quickly and end up...
I feel like you're saying a bunch of nice things, but it all sounds like a bad thing.
He's got the kind of personality that will get him put in prison if he talks to the wrong person.
Well, why wouldn't you just say it that way?
I don't know. I worry about him. I'm just trying to make you guys understand he's a good person.
I mean,
he's just
to
a
be
lot of
fair,
energy.
That's how it works for anyone if you talk to the wrong
I mean,
person.
it's kind of like how Rowan was when we first met him, minus the alcoholism. You know, just ready to get into a fight all the time.
I had my reasons.
Well, he thinks he has his reasons. He's a champion of Cord. He's fighting for his god.
One of those kind of reasons.
Ah, yes.
He's honoring the family.
I mean, I can understand being an honorable patron of your deity, as I am such.
Yeah, but you're not a BreezeSong.
That's correct. I'm not, and perhaps that's what distinguishes me from him. And I'm not as willing to kill in the name of my deity. If that means, Lathander doesn't usually like me killing people.
Well,
Usually
only likes it if it's honorable.
Usually, if they're evil
And if
or
it's
undead.
it doesn't have to be evil or undead. It's just an honorable good fight.
Oh, okay. So if they're okay, interesting.
Yeah.
That's just not how I roll, but that's okay.
No.
Anyway, well, hopefully we'll hear back from them soon, and they can join us.
Yeah. Well, you know what? At least I know that she's not dead. And much like Mother, Onyx is far too honored to die. At least the first time.
Or stay dead.
Or the second time.
Right.
Or any other time after that.
Right.
Except for the most recent time.
Right. The seventh time.
Yeah.
Seven times.
7 times the charm.
Yeah, 7 times the charm.
Yeah.
Let's hope he has 7 lives.
I think every BreezeSong just comes with 7 lives.
Let's not test that theory.
We shouldn't. No, we shouldn't.
Unless I can bring you back.
No, that's okay. Those diamonds are expensive.
It's true they are, but we can always test the theory.
That's okay. You could try to bring Mother back and see if 8 times work.
Yeah, I have a feeling that her soul is probably pretty fragmented, and I doubt Cord will let
I
her
don't
go.
know how any of those things work.
It's a tentative thing.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, that's all that I wanted to do with my day, so I'm cool with chilling until tomorrow.
does anyone else want to do anything before the night?
Yeah, I'm going to
Why you being a bitch?
walk up to Duke,
Go back over
Okay.
here.
and I will present him. It's a bundle wrapped in cloth with a letter attached. And this is what the letter says.
Are you going to read it or are you going to
Nope,
have
I'm going to send it to the group.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
Where did I put my phone?
I'm going to try not to send anything in
She mad at you?
Oh, it's okay.
We've seen it before.
Oh, yeah, it's fine. Like, I'm not offended. It's just I don't want
I'm not uncomfortable with big things.
Oh.
He's used to it.
to bite me.
Did you?
Oh.
So you guys see Finnick presents a bundle and a letter attached to Duke.
I look up briefly and then look back down to the sword as I attune to it.
Okay. Your Sword of Lost Love, I believe.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Are you going to share it?
I'm not sharing. This is.
Duke doesn't share letters.
He doesn't
He
share
holds on to
anything.
letters forever.
I
He's
still have
if you plan on dying, he's the person you give your will to. Duke gets it delivered.
Duke's delivery.
It's delivery service. Guaranteed will not snoop at letters.
I personally did not actually even read those.
Wow.
Yeah.
Duke's overlord will also not snoop at letter.
Yeah. They're in a drawer. I know which drawer.
They're in a location. You can read them now. Sapphire read them. Come here. No,
What
it's okay.
what is this?
Did you open it?
I mean, no. You handed me a thing.
Yeah, this is for you.
Okay.
It's like a
It's a long,
it's
like
a weapon
You
wrapped
do
in
my
like
cat,
cloth.
she's so angry.
it's very obviously a weapon.
Yeah.
Thank you. What is your... I don't understand. What is the occasion?
Perhaps it's in the letter.
I don't know if you read it.
Not yet.
Oh,
I'm still talking to you.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's- The letter explains it all. I'm
Okay.
just have made some decisions in life that changing the way I see the world.
Well, I suppose the experiences do
You think it's a love letter?
give reason for such change of heart, but
Did you answer Sapphire as she said
Oh,
this
I'm
to you?
sorry. No, I'm just muttering over
Looking at the
here.
awkward boys
Right,
who don't
right.
like to talk.
Right, it's fine.
That's why Sapphire leaned over to Chatz and she's like, "You think it's a love letter?"
Oh, sorry. I haven't a clue what it could be. They don't give me a whole lot to go off of, so we'll just say it's a love letter.
Okay, perfect. What?
Try.
I'm offended. I didn't get a letter.
Would you like me to write you a letter?
Yes.
Very well. And she like
I'm
runs.
just kidding. You don't have to write me a letter.
She like starts digging around in her
It's
satchel.
a different love triangle than I'm involved in. I'm also offended.
I'm not okay with this kind of triangle.
you've got
It's not. It's
You
not.
got eyes on my
Yeah,
sister.
there's just a Venn diagram of who Finnick might want to fuck.
Yeah, it's not a triangle because
Yeah.
you're not interested in her. She's interested in
Yeah.
this, but this isn't
Let's
a thing.
just call
So
it a love rhomboid.
Yeah.
I love Roomba.
I love her.
it's- sure.
It doesn't make any sense, but I like it.
Love Roomba.
Love Roomba.
Title of the episode.
oh boy.
Oh boy, David Chloe.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Duke, what does your letter from Finnick say? Like,
I've not read it yet.
well, please.
Share with the class.
Yes, I mean, unless you think it's too personal, and she looks over at
Unless
Finnick.
you think it's too
I feel that if
emotional.
it was written down, it's not something he's ready to share with everyone.
It's fair. Sorry, I'm just invested in this bromance.
Yeah, I left my books at Rosemary's house, so this is my entertainment for the day.
I look back down to the sword.
Well,
Has it been 30 minutes yet?
Could you maybe
Pretty
juggle
creepy.
something while you're at it? Dance.
You definitely would finish attuning to your sword. And you maxed out on attunements at this
I
point.
am. I always am.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think I'm attuned to like 2 things. Maybe one thing. I don't know.
I don't ever have magic weapons, but now I do.
I got them boots
Mhm.
that I don't need, but I got them. Who wants to spring and sprint and jump?
I do.
Would you like some spring and sprint and
Always
jump?
wanted the boots
Would you like?
the boots that were originally made for Oz?
that I never had.
I just like put my leg up on the table and start unzipping these ruby stilettos.
Mhm. But are they Finnick's scene? Is he into ruby stilettos?
Oh, don't they? They are always.
I don't know.
I think they do change.
They
I have to-
changed to fit the
I
foot.
have
But
to
they
imagine-
are always that style.
I have to imagine that-
Stilettos.
Yeah. Would you like some ruby stilettos? They make you sprint and jump farther.
At this time, I do not think I need those.
I do not like them, Sam I am.
Right?
Okay. They don't really fit my
But you're
outfit.
still watching her unzip the
Yeah,
boot.
like
Like they became Celeste's like prosthetic.
Yeah.
Top.
Yeah.
Right.
because like
I think that the
figures are just
title
like,
of this episode needs to be Love Roomba.
Love Roomba.
Come on, take.
Love Roomba. Jamaica. Oh.
So, do you
change the word?
How do you spell Roomba?
R-O-O-M-B-A? MBA.
I think so.
Two O's.
Yeah, room.
It's 2 O's.
Roomba.
Sorry, not 3 O's. And
But it's just a vacuum.
Yeah.
Love Roomba.
Roomba.
Okay.
I get
Hashtag not a sponsor.
right. That's fun.
But if you want to
This
be,
episode is
We're open.
ridiculous.
Yeah, like
Redonk.
just fix.
We have an open
Someone
relationship
fix
with
coffee.
sponsors.
yeah,
Okay.
I push back.
You know what?
Just-
Let's just give these boys their space, I guess.
Did you read it out of character or in character or either or anything?
Both.
Oh, so you did open it. Okay.
All of the
I
above.
didn't know if you just like have this package that you just like have sitting in your arms.
And
Just
you're just staring at it, you're like, turn the fuck around.
Yeah.
Dude doesn't want us to watch him look at his package.
What?
That's fair. That's fair. So you unfurled the letter and read it. Did you open the package?
I will.
Okay, so you unfurl this weapon. It is the moon touch blade, I believe. So you can add that to your inventory. Get the name right. I gotta find it.
Whoa, what are you doing there?
Oh yes, it's the moon touch sword. Yep.
Yeah.
Scimitar. Was that something we made, or was that something you found?
I think it was something that I found
Okay.
in there. I think it should be in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just pretty basic. I never used it, but I thought it was cool.
It is cool.
I do feel like Finnick's just giving away items and like gifts, and it's like a sign that someone's like suicidal.
Right?
It's not.
Like,
Are you Santa?
Yeah.
Oh, cemetery, you said?
Just gives
Yeah.
Chatz back his jewel dagger. I found this.
I found this.
Let me fix
I could just give it to Sapphire. I'm like, hey, I saw that this is shiny. Would you like this shiny?
Right.
Just give it right in front of.
right in front of Chatz because he's too busy looking at his sword.
Mhm.
So you're focusing on the sword, and I believe, if I remember correctly, after you tune to it, you start hearing about the.
Yes, well, I was reading that part.
Excuse me.
Yeah, so, like, when first handled by a would-be wielder, the sword immediately begins communicating to its handler's mind in the voice and personality of the deceased creature it has chosen to channel. To lock in this personality, the wielder must attune to the sword. So, in theory, it may have already begun talking to me.
In theory, yes. It's assuming that you are actively talking, like trying to talk to it too. It's not like you're going to pick it up and be like, "Hi, this is blah blah blah." Like, what's your favorite color? You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to initiate conversation
No,
necessarily.
I mean, yeah. Chatz was given this sword, not fully understanding Finnick's relationship. He's seen him talk to the sword.
Yeah, but you don't understand.
Like the context of that.
Right.
Yeah.
So I
You
think
may, but Chatz wouldn't.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think Chatz is just studying this sword and trying to, like, figure out what it is and try and, like, make it a part of him so that he may wield it or be worthy of wielding it.
I will say, after you do finish attuning to it, you do feel like a presence, like in your mind, not like a ghost necessarily, but like you feel just like a little ping, almost like you're remembering something from a really long time ago that you're like, oh yeah, that happened, and you're like, oh yeah, and then you hear a tiny little voice in your head that says, Chatz? But it doesn't sound like it comes from outside. And it's obviously a very familiar voice. It's very, like, it sounds like a voice you haven't heard in eons. But it's very distinct and very familiar as Burrito.
Hello?
What's going on?
I don't know.
I'm...
What?
I said I hope I didn't break Chatz.
Chatz will never recover from this.
Yeah.
Chatz will never forget this.
What happened? What's going on?
I don't know.
Where have you been?
Been many places. I've gone so far to find Suze. And
Did you find her?
I don't know for sure. I want to say I have, but it's not who I thought it would be. I'm finally home, but I'm a stranger in my own land.
Oh, are you back on the mountain?
Yes, I'm on the mountain. I'm in Shaggy Paw.
Oh, the snowdrop fields?
Yeah, well, they were here, but they seem to have gone.
Oh, I loved those fields. They were so pretty.
I love those fields. They remind me of you.
As they remind me of you, my love. I mean, they were obviously our first date. And we used to always take Seuss down for picnics.
Yes, those were happy times. I don't know what this is, but I'm happy to talk to you again. It's been too long.
Yes, it's nice hearing your voice. I don't know where I've been, but at least I'm here now.
Yeah, at least you are.
Chat's just like...
He's just like he's not verbally talking.
Staring.
Yeah, he's just staring at the sword.
Intently at the sword.
He's polishing it.
Like...
Just polishing my sword like an old man.
I just lean over to Finnick and I'm like, is he talking to your lady?
I don't know who's talking to him. So the only person I've ever talked to in there. She's nice. She's probably like Chatz.
I'm confused. What?
You can't hear. I'm whispering to him.
Gotcha.
You're probably...
We traveled for months. I know what the blade does.
You do know what the blade
to some
does.
extent.
You're probably busy with Lily or Obsidian, depending which one you choose to call her.
Her name is Lily? She told me her name is Lily?
You can still call her Obsidian. Nothing's stopping you.
Obsidian Lily.
Okay.
Hyphenated.
It sounds badass.
Sounds like an order.
Yeah.
Sounds like a superhero name.
I'm gonna crochet a little black cat with a lily.
Aww.
With a lily like
Collar.
bow or collar or something on it. That's
Lily crown.
yes,
Like
and that'll be my obsidian lily.
I like it. It's cute. What are you doing back in the mountain? You said you're looking for Seuss, right?
I am. I met her in a dream, and she was different. I don't know if it's really her, or if she's just changed so much I don't recognize her own daughter.
I mean, time changes everybody, doesn't it?
More than you know. I could really use your advice. I don't know where to go from here. Everything is not... This place isn't our home anymore. But there are those here that deserve the home we had and need to make it right. But you were always my light. You were my guide. And it's hard here without you.
Well, I'm here for you now. What can I do for you? How can I help you? Anything I can do to alleviate any stress or help you make any serious decisions? I mean, when I was by your side, we always talked about any changes we were making in Under Felix together. And that's just how things were. I mean, we were a team.
You know, well, we're here now on the mountain, and we've delivered a general to a resistance here on the mountain. This general was an oppressor who kept Tabaxi and other folk enslaved, and he hurt people. But we took him down and we delivered him to the opposition, but now we're really without direction, without aim. There are people in the castle now who are running the mountain, were creatures that they don't care for the Tabaxi. They have their own goals. But that's not to say I haven't met good people in this mountain, but not just Tabaxi, but our supposed oppressors too. There's good people everywhere, and I don't know how to fix this.
Perhaps you already know the answer, but I will tell it to you anyway, even though I know you already know what you need to do. You need to get more information about this person in charge of this resistance, and whoever is in control of the mountain. Just more. I feel like you perhaps don't have all the pieces to make a clear decision, but I think you know that taking out an entire race of anyone is not a good thing. I mean, genocide is never good. There's always good and bad in everything. I mean, like you said, as much as our people have hated the Valhashak, we, in theory, could live in peace together if we were to find a way. They can't be all bad, right?
Right. You were always the clear head between us two.
One of us had to be.
Thank you, Marita.
Of course, Chatz. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Do you tear up a little bit as you're...
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Chatz just starts bawling.
Chatz, is it always such an emotional experience for you when you attune to things?
You see your crying about your lady? You can have earthquakes.
Or
No, I'm fine.
are you just sweating from your eyes?
Yes, that's common in Tabaxi. What time is it? We should think about reconnaissance.
I think it's only been about an hour.
Yes.
Well, damn.
It is starting to get around like 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening. And at this point, you guys would start to hear a commotion coming from the opposite side of town, like the entrance.
More people must be returning from the mines.
You can probably assume that, yeah.
We should lock these doors and make sure we don't have any lights on in here so we're not noticed by the guards.
That's a good idea.
Shutter the windows and what have you.
Okay.
I'm going to use my glamored armor. I want to change my appearance to look, if I haven't already, I forgot last episode, but to change my appearance to be a little more, like, ragged. Like, I'm going to look like a tabaxi, but I want to look like my clothes are a little disheveled and, like, worn, and I want to look like a poor tabaxi slave, essentially, based on any I've seen so far.
Okay, sounds good. So you quickly change your outfit, and you guys lock the door and close the windows and just hide out for a bit. Is that what I'm getting?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as you guys kind of hunker down, is anyone keeping watch at all outside, or are you guys just waiting for things to happen?
I will sit by the front door and just kind of peek outside.
Okay.
Keep an eye on what's happening or if anybody's coming up.
Sounds good. Go ahead and give me a perception check as you're keeping
Rowan,
watch.
while you're keeping watch, Silas did say that this place might belong to somebody. So, it's...
We also told her to give him some money and tell him to fuck off.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if she forgot and they show up, then we give them the money and tell them to fuck off.
Fair enough. 21.
So, yes, you would see large groups of various ages and sizes and colors of tabaxi, looking very similar to how Chatz is looking, disheveled and dirty and, like, covered with soot and mud, and they look like they're trudging through, bog water or something. Like their feet don't lift very high. They look like they're very tired and very, like they're literally about to pass out.
Keep an eye out to see how many guards are actually here, too.
As you're looking past these tabaxi that are shuffling in, you would see behind them is just like probably a good like 20 or so guards that are kind of just watching them disperse. You would see a couple, a man and a woman, probably 50s, 60s, something like that, like older, that seem to be approaching the house you're currently in. And are you doing anything as they're approaching?
We grab them and we pull them in till the guards pass.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
are you going to approach the door then? And
yes, I'll approach the door, and I think so. This couple's coming up, older couple. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Best if you be the mouthpiece.
Yeah. I'm going, as they get close to the door, I'm going to crack it and say, shh. And say, I'm sorry for the intrusion. We are friends. Come inside. We have other allies in here that are trying to make things better here. Don't be alarmed.
Okay, first, give me a stealth check.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was a 1. It's a 7, but
Doesn't matter.
yeah, I know you're reliable talent.
Yeah, so that's a 24 on reliable talent.
Yes.
And
Can you even roll a 1? Is that possible?
no, I read it. Anything below a 10 counts, or anything below a 9 or below counts as a 10 or above. Yeah.
Yep.
That's such bullshit.
Well,
it's the one thing they get besides
It's
sneak
the one
attack.
thing they can do.
Ugh.
rogues are skill machines. Like, they have a few special, like, abilities,
Right.
but they are mostly grounded in just skills and sneaking around and shit.
So you very quietly open the door, and then get... What are you rolling for?
Oh, I don't know.
I was going to have you roll, but I'm like, why are you...
I thought you were going to have me roll for something.
Go ahead and roll for persuasion as you are trying to talk to these people.
Okay.
You making her mad?
That is an 18.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah, she's not happy.
So, you quietly open the door, and you are seeing now, there is an older male with gray fur, tabaxi. His clothes are full of holes. He looks disheveled and covered in dust and mud. Quickly behind him is an equally old and frail orange-furred tabaxi. Again, looking equally as rough. And they look confused and angry as soon as you open the door and start talking to them. But they don't immediately say anything. And they just walk in and shut the door behind them. And now they see all of you. They look, like I said, angry and confused. Like in a very hushed tone, they say, "What are you doing here? Get the money, Chatz. Get the money."
Hold on.
This is our home. What?
We are with Silith? Do they look aware?
They do not look like they know who Silith is.
Okay. Second idea here. We are here on an important mission, and we require your discretion.
And your house.
And your house.
Just for the evening.
It's
I get it. I got it. And I'm going to...
we'll feed you. I hand them rations.
I mean, they would definitely, like, jump on that shit. Like, as soon as they see the food, they are just, like, shoveling their faces.
I point to one of their probably cauldrons.
Yep,
I've already
yep.
started to...
Also, on the way.
Okay.
Get the money.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, I dig out 10 gold.
Oh, shit.
I know, right? And I hold it out, and I'm like, "Here, this is for you, for your troubles. I know it's a lot, but we really would like you to just stay quiet. We need to use this house for tonight as our base of operations."
Go ahead and give me another persuasion check at advantage.
Okay. Okay.
You rolled a 1, but with advantage, it's
21.
yes. So yeah, you pretty easily you can see just how enamored they are with the food that you guys are giving them and offering them, and the gold that they take and I won't say greedily look at, but like they're amazed. Like, this is probably more money than they've ever seen in their lives. And they quickly like look at each other and start like whispering to each other. And the man, the older man, says, "Well, this definitely changes things. Well, if it's okay with you, we'll eat some food and rest our weary paws." And
perfectly agreeable. And I must ask that you not leave until your shift in the morning.
Do you want us to stay here, or do you want us to find some other...
No, please stay here. This is your home, but as I said, we're trying to lay low. We are paying you for the use of your residence, and we appreciate your discretion.
So just for some context, you guys just by yourselves, the 6 of you in this house, was pretty tight. So 2 more, and you probably can't all lay down.
Okay.
Like, you might have to, like, sleep in chairs, or take shifts sleeping, or something.
Well, I was going to say we should probably have a watch tonight anyway, so there will probably be at least 1 or 2 people sitting up anyhow, so, yes, so I thought of that,
like, it is very cramped, like, you guys are...
And we are going to have a word with Silas.
Well, she said she just picked a random house, so...
That's true. She could have worked harder for all that money we gave her, though. And that precious cargo that we handed over to her.
I mean, for all we know, she might be tied up with him. I mean...
Who's saying this? Rosemary?
Rosemary.
Okay.
She very well might be a little busy, if you know what I mean. Like, you can definitely tell Rosemary is trying to be discreet in front of these new people.
It's true. She always had something for him, didn't she? Yes, she might be tied up with him right now. Okay. So, for this evening's plans, we are going to go talk to some of the neighbors, yes?
These fine folk are, no offense, you've seen a few things a few winters on the mountain.
Yeah. Like, they both look, again, confused and a little worried. Like, you can definitely see they don't know how to react to any of this.
I sit them down or ask them to sit down at the table, and I'll bring them over some of the food that I'm making and serve it. And I will say the shake on the mountain earlier on. Is that something that happens normally?
No, that was quite scary. And the woman, she says, Lyda's my name, by the way.
Rowan.
It's nice to meet you. That was quite scary. There was some rocks that fell and almost hit me in the head. Thankfully, Ewan here, he was able to jump in front of them and knock me out of the way, so I didn't, die. And you can definitely see Ewan has some scrapes and bruises on his arm and legs from where he obviously knocked her out of the way and probably got hit a bit. Mm-hmm. And she says, it hasn't happened in a long time. It's been at least a couple years. Perhaps, and she looks at you and, was that when the mountain moved? Or was that, and he says, I think there's been more earthquakes recently. The digging we've been doing has been, they've been causing some instability. I mean, as you can probably imagine, we're not skilled laborers, we're slaves. So it's not like we know what we're doing.
Prisoners with jobs.
Right.
What are you digging for?
They don't tell us. They just tell us to keep digging it.
Do they take any metals from the mountain?
I mean, yes, they take all of any shinies they find, as much as we would like the shinies.
Yes, there's plenty of geodes down there.
I mean, you like the shinies too, right?
Of course, the shinies are beautiful.
You would know that Tabaxi are infatuated with anything shiny.
Yes, I know.
Yes. So they're trying to bond with you over the fact that shiny things are shiny. And
yes, yes, shinies are fantastic. In fact,
you're just gonna hand him a diamond.
I might just give him a shiny. It might butter them up to me. And I know they're already pretty butter up, but
I mean,
let's seal the deal.
You gave them 10 gold. That is
a fortune.
Yeah.
Is that enough?
Yeah, I think it is, but
are you sure? I have more.
Oh, this will be a good one. I'm going to give them one of my Alexandrites.
Oh, goodness. So, what color is that again?
Alexandrite, it's rainbow hued.
That's what I thought, yes. So they take, Ewan, sees it and takes it out of your hand as you're gesturing towards them. And he is immediately, seeing how the light catches it, and Lyda is, looking at it, envious that she doesn't get to hold it, and, she is just, staring at it, enamored. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying they refer to as cats, but, they are very infatuated with this shiny new object.
Yes, it's...
And also, it costs money. So.
Right. It's quite precious. It may be able to afford you something great if you were ever to, say, escape the mountain or escape servitude.
Yes, perhaps we can... And Ewan is just like staring at this thing. Perhaps we can use this to get us out of here. And she looks over and she's like, why would we get rid of it? It's so pretty.
Anyway,
are you sure you can spare this? It's a very pretty shiny.
I have been many places. I have seen many shinies. We just really need your cooperation in every iota of memories you have of the mountain in the last few years. So when the mountain moved, how many times has it moved since you've been alive?
It's been several. I don't know what is doing it, if it's doing it on its own, or if it's something's controlling it, or maybe someone, but it seems to change every so often, sometimes we're in a warmer climate, sometimes we're in a colder climate. It really depends on the time of year and where we are. I mean, I don't know necessarily like a map or like what continent or anything. Obviously we're not allowed to leave, and
does the mountain always shake before it leaves?
It definitely shakes a lot, especially when it's actually moving. It's like a consistent earthquake for several minutes until it finally settles. And we usually, and he gestures around, we usually, don't have a lot to make sure stays, good. As they don't have like any pictures or plants or anything that might fall over or anything. They don't have dishes. They have a table and a bed. Like they got a whole lot of nothing. But and we're usually just very happy that the building stays intact, as this is all we have. But perhaps not. And he has a bag of gold in one hand and an Alexandrite. And how much is it worth?
500 gold.
Oh my god.
Good
Yeah.
God.
I just made him a very rich man.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't divulge that it's roughly 500, but
right.
Okay. So
he's not even looking at you, by the way. Like as the whole time he's talking, he's staring at this shiny.
Yeah.
So the mountain shakes a lot when it moves. It's not just a little tremor like we just had.
Correct. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Have you had those tremors before? Have we asked that already?
I think so.
They happen occasionally. Sometimes it's, just we're mining and we hit a bad patch of rock, or perhaps, they're doing some experimenting with the teleportation. I don't know. Again, it could be, the gods willing it. It could be someone in Under Felix. I have no idea. They don't tell us these things.
We heard about a group on the mountain, the Chained Uprising. Have you heard of them?
No. What are they? Is that some sort of group of people, like an adventurer guild or something?
Can I do an insight check?
Go ahead. What'd you say?
I said, what happens if they're a pyramid scheme or something like that? And we were just like, yeah, here's all this thing. Here's the stuff that you need.
It's a fucking MLP.
Yeah, exactly.
He seems
Calling us hon.
he seems very honest. Like he doesn't seem like he has anything to hide from you.
Mm-hmm.
He genuinely had no idea who Silas was. At least he didn't seem like it when you brought up her name.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't respond or flinch or anything when you say Chained Uprising. So it seems like new information to him.
Mm-hmm.
Remind me again, is Under Felix by the mines?
Nope. Thorfax is the one that's very close to the mines. Under Felix is up.
You're in Shaggy Paw.
You're in Shaggy Paw. you're in between those two, essentially.
So this Thorfax, is it mostly? I'm asking the couples. Thorfax, is there a lot of soldiers there, or is it occupied by mostly were creatures?
We don't usually go into Thorfax. We skirt around it when we're making our way over there every day. So I mean, as far as I know, there's a bunch of soldiers. I mean, there might be people who live there too. Other tabaxis. We don't go into that. It's just Thorfax.
People don't go in Thorfax?
We don't go in Thorfax. We're herded around Thorfax.
That's strange.
Given a wide berth.
Well, that's strange. In my day, you went through the main road through Thorfax to get to the mines, so they must have redirected people around it. That's weird.
If you dig in a mine enough, you'll make a new path to it, right?
It's possible.
I mean, I've heard of entrances other entrances into the mine. Perhaps there is one in Thorfax, but that's not the one that we use.
It's strange. So
Well, maybe they made the other entrance because it's closer than them going all the way to Thorfax.
maybe they are taking. Is it strange that they would take labor all the way from Shaggy Paw all the way over to the mines when they could just relocate all the workers to Thorfax?
We have workers that come from Thorfax, as far as I know. I mean,
Oh, they do.
yes.
Every tabaxi works in the mines.
Yes.
Well, all the tabaxis from Thorfax and Shaggy Paw, but not from Under Felix.
What do the tabaxis and under Felix do?
I have no idea. Never been there. We're not allowed there. I mean, I've heard stories of they are, servants or something, but I mean, they have uses for them, I'm sure. I mean, you guys have heard from Evelyn and her husband. Let me find his name.
They were from Under Felix.
They were from Under Felix.
And they had a servant.
Yeah, Gregory and Evelyn had a tryst with their slave, who was it? A tabaxi.
Yes.
Why would they skirt them around? Like, they're not supposed to see something?
Maybe. It's strange if they have workers coming from Thorfax.
Perhaps it's a bottleneck issue.
It could be. Want to keep the tabaxis separated as much as possible.
I'm sure if they aren't together, then they're not plotting against their were-creature overlords.
Well, at any rate, I am curious at the state of Thorfax and what's in these caves.
Are these tabaxi, are they... do they look like able-bodied, or do they look old and frail?
They don't look like... You've met some pretty old and frail tabaxi.
They're still useful.
They're still useful. They're definitely getting to the end of, their, retirement age type of thing. But they can still do shit. They're not to the point where they're useless, but they're definitely getting close to that point.
Tell me, friends, do you talk to the other tabaxi while you're working in the mountain? Are you allowed to talk to each other?
They don't like us talking. That they usually whip us if we try, unless we're giving very strict instructions from one of them. It's usually a lot of just pickaxes and shoveling, and that's all the sound we have. And echoes.
If there were word of a some kind of uprising against these were creatures, do you know people who would fight for that?
I mean, I'm sure many of us would. I don't know how much strength we'd have to do so, but I mean, it's very dangerous. I'm sure you can imagine. And they look at you, and they just now realize, because I'm now just realizing, that you look disheveled, but you just pulled out a shit ton of money and a shiny. And, like, they look at you and they're like, where are you from?
I'm from under Felix.
So
Yahtzee!
that was the magic word, under Felix.
It's dinner time!
What's the secret word today? Yeah! Oh, okay.
No, this isn't PB's Playhouse.
Oh, okay, that's good. We don't want any lawsuits.
Right.
Anyway.
So, if you're from Under Felix, then why are you asking us what's going on in Under Felix?
It's been a long time since I've been home.
Where have you been?
To hell and back.
He's never been enslaved by these weird creatures.
No, I fought them many years ago. It's been a journey, I'll tell you that.
It's been many years since the war against the Vava Shock. You must be ancient. How are you?
Hey, it's weird. It's really the best way that we can explain it without confusing them.
When I said hell and back, I wasn't being figurative.
You've been to the Nine Hells?
Something close to it.
Nearby. Just the plane next door.
Hell adjacent.
Hella Jason.
Hell adjacent.
Is it Hella Jason?
I was just thinking that. I've seen a lot, but I'm just trying to, as I said before, make things better for everyone who lives here. Any good soul that lives on this mountain deserves to live a good, free life. Has there been any other resistances on the mountain in your day?
I mean, not for centuries. Right after the war, obviously, our people didn't want to be enslaved, but we tried and failed to stop our oppressors. It wasn't pretty. Many of us died, unfortunately. And so most of us just kind of gave up trying. And that's just the lives we've been given. That's not me coughing, that's him coughing.
If you can find a way to share information with your neighbors quietly, let them know that we're here to help you.
Who are you?
And you have allies off the mountain. We don't have a name.
You're the group with no name?
Yeah.
That's very boring. Why don't you have a name?
I don't know. I wasn't in this group
like that
at
one.
the beginning, so I don't know if you guys had a name before.
We were the Thunder Waves
We're the Thunder Waves?
for better or for worse.
The Thunder Waves?
I don't understand it either, but I joined this group later on.
It was a name you're credited to your mother. I think it's...
Oh no, did she Thunderwave somebody?
Good night, Eric.
Oh, she thunder waved a lot of people.
I think
Were they bad people?
Sometimes.
Duke's still bitter about that.
Oh.
Where did Duke go?
Yeah.
He reappeared.
Oh.
He was off looking at his note and sword.
Oh, yes.
So...
Does it automatically start glowing, or do you have to turn that
It's
on?
not an attune thing. I think it's like when you just wield it.
Oh, it just says, like, in darkness.
Oh, I mean, it'd be darkish in here, so that'd be glowing.
Well, I'm assuming he gave it to me in the sheath.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
And I'm gonna say, I think, just to whet my own vanity, do any of the old ways still exist
What?
in secret? Any of the old stories that were told on this mountain? No.
What old ways? What do you mean?
And I'll say, like, I think I'll just rattle off like an old nursery rhyme into Tabaxi.
Come on, Liam. Just make one up off the top of your head.
Yes, I want to be moved to tears by a nursery rhyme about a cat.
I was thinking of this earlier too.
Of course you were. So in a language you guys don't understand, you start speaking.
Yeah, Tabaxi. And,
yep. What story? Like you can use a story that already exists, like Hansel and Gretel or something. Or you can make one up. Is that
up atop the mountain high lived the old rickety man.
The old rickety man. Okay.
The old rickety man.
Okay.
With crooked tail and slanted spine, lied the old crickety man. And when he laughed, the ground did shake. And when he cried, the crown did break.
You're making this rhyme. That's going to be much harder.
And if you are vile, don't forsake the old rickety man.
Is that the end?
Yeah.
Oh. So, they look at you with like a confused, almost like a bewildered look, like that. I haven't heard that story in years. I believe my mother perhaps told me of the old rickety man, and Lida says, I mean, that's a story that we heard, but what does that have to do with us?
It was beautiful, Chatz. I don't know what you said, but it sounded moving.
What do you think Tabaxi sounds like? Like, what do you think the language sounds like?
Or you just called them a lot of awful things.
Malahento Mahita.
Oh, okay.
Ole Amada.
Okay.
So it's okay.
What?
Sure.
Complex.
It's very complex.
Hi.
Yes.
You're a good boy.
You were talking to him.
Yeah, you were calling him.
You were calling him.
Oh, I was speaking in Tabaxi.
Yeah.
Ole Mahaho.
And he's like, hey, you were talking? You did something?
Ole Mahaho.
So they...
I'm just wondering if people still speak the tongue, if the stories survive. It's just for my own vanity. I just want to know that something survived after I left.
Yes, I mean, we still speak our language, of course. We teach our children. I mean, we don't use it in front of the guards, of course, because they don't like not knowing what we're saying, as you can imagine.
Yes.
But, and at this point, I'm sure they've been handed porridge, and there's, like, hurriedly eating, as it's, like, the last meal they'll ever eat. And they say, it's definitely a challenge passing down traditions to the young, but like you said, it's a necessary evil. We need to keep our heritage alive as much as we can.
Yes. In
these trying times. He's such a big boy.
There's a lot of effort to get him up here.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it was. I mean, he doesn't look mad, so it's good.
No, but when you go to pick him up, he just goes limp. Like,
you just look flumped.
Hold me.
Well, that does bring happiness to my heart to know that. Does anyone else have any other questions for our unwitting hosts?
And they're just inhaling this. Like, they are the new Evelyn and Clifton as
I'm glad we could replace those. We recast them.
As they are hurriedly and furiously eating this food, as they probably haven't eaten very well in several days.
Ever.
Or ever. Does anyone else want to do anything?
I'm quite alright.
Do you know the stories? The small mount, it used to be where we grew our crops. Do you know the history of that?
No, I don't. I'm sorry. That perhaps is something that's been lost to time, or perhaps someone more knowledgeable. I didn't, like, both of them are saying. Neither of us really grew up learning things other than how to survive.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't taught, book learning.
Were you taught of your history before the what do you call them?
The Valhalla.
Yeah, those things. Were you taught your history of what life was like before they came?
The Valhalla have ruled the mountain for several centuries. So no, because that was before we were born.
It doesn't mean it's not part of your history. Or it wouldn't have been passed down by your ancestors.
We don't have book learning. We only have what our parents can teach us, and obviously they didn't teach us that.
How long have you been gone?
Centuries.
240 years, I believe.
Something like 5 or 6 generations, right?
There's a lot of information that can be lost in 5 or 6 generations.
Yeah, but I feel like you would get like a little bit.
I mean,
he also rolled very poorly in his history check.
Also, their culture is like being like specifically eliminated.
Like it's not like they write down anything. Like you don't see any books or anything in the house.
They have to specifically like fight against the destruction of their way of life.
Right.
What about the Cat Lord?
I mean, as soon as you mention the Cat Lord, they perk up a little bit and say, are you a worshipper?
No.
I was. It's a long story.
The Meowsaya, yes.
But
they would take offense if you said that.
It's not that I don't believe in them. It's just that I was a close follower for some time, and we had a disagreement.
Well, the Cat Lord has done well for us, as you can imagine, as they're looking down at the food and the money they just got,
recently, but up until this point, when we got here and actually gave you all of this stuff, your Cat Lord didn't really do anything at all for you.
But the Cat Lord saved me earlier. That was obviously their doing.
Yes, the Cat Lord has provided for you tonight.
No, that was Chatz, that was us.
But
I am a lord.
Perhaps the Cat Lord is working through him.
No, because they got into a fight and the Cat Lord took its paw print from him.
But he still can work in mysterious ways.
He tried to talk to the Cat Lord the other day and got no signal.
Perhaps you just need to pray harder.
See, Chatz? See? What I told you. I'm like, see? You said I was dumb. Pray harder.
Between you and Danica. Oh my god. Like every pyramid scheme ever.
Yes, but Sapphire is saying it sarcastically.
Sure.
Yes, the Cat Lord works in mysterious ways. Well, are there any clerics still of the Cat Lord? Any priests of sorts?
We don't have,
That you learn any combative things?
Right, correct.
Yeah.
We're just, again, we're handed down tales of the Cat Lord and how they have saved many a people.
Sure, the Cat Lord tales have lived on, but
of course, because religion is gonna
but the Catsmussen's family, it's been forgotten for all time.
Do you say that out loud?
I do.
The second they hear the Catsmussen name, they shudder. You do not speak that name. You can visibly see the the tone in the room just change, like, on a dime.
They cross their fingers and,
I
like, spit.
whisper in Chatz's ears so they can't hear them.
Can I do an insight on them?
Yeah,
Can I, like, I guess what I'm trying to figure out is, like, are they
think you're
afraid
the
to say the
devil
name
in the
because it's going to,
situation, Chatz.
bring, like attention to them? Or are they afraid of the name?
And go ahead and roll me insight.
My,
We'll see what you get.
I will touch myself,
Okay, sounds good.
and I am going to... I don't remember which one it is.
Guidance?
Yeah, I think that's what I want. Yeah, I
Yeah,
want to
guidance.
cast guidance on myself.
Sounds good.
Oh, I didn't take any d4s out. What is a d4? Insight, right?
Yes.
Oh, it's a natural 20.
Nice.
So, plus my insight, I think it's 6. So that's 26, plus my guidance, it's 27.
Nice. Yes. So you can definitely tell from the way that they reacted, to the tone of their voice, to how they're like looking about, like their eyes darting around. They are terrified to say that name. Like, you can definitely tell, like, that is probably a taboo word. Like, that is, like, the worst word you could possibly say.
Why are you...
What?
I must have said something wrong. Did I say something wrong?
We do not speak that name. That is a very... That name has been outlawed. And anyone who says that name is immediately executed.
May I ask why?
Because... And they look bewildered that you don't know. Like, they look like if someone asked you what 2 + 2 is and you couldn't come up with the answer. Mm-hmm. Like, you're just like, seriously?
I'm not from here. Do I look like I'm from here?
But
do I look like a tabaxi?
You're obviously friends with one.
Well, I don't listen to him when he talks.
It's true. She does.
Perhaps you can enlighten her, as you are from...
He doesn't know.
I, as I said, have been gone for many years. I would like to know why it is such a taboo name.
There have been tales throughout history of a Catsmussen.
They who may not be named?
Yes, that they will come back and help liberate us and free us from our oppression.
So why are you afraid of that name?
Because we can't say it.
But you want them to come and liberate you.
But if we do, any guards that hear us immediately kill us.
I'm pretty sure if you say his name 3 times, he appears.
Yeah, try it.
And they look terrified.
I'll do it.
Don't.
I'm going to approach them and say, it's okay. You are, well, in our company, you will not be harmed. We will ensure that. But we understand your trepidation to saying that word. And I think it is safe to assume this is valuable for everyone to learn here, not to say that name while we are here on the mountain.
There are guards that might be listening to us at this very moment.
I will literally murder a guard.
Yes, I will too.
Finnick wouldn't know that.
No,
yeah.
Anything else?
Well, what would you do if you found out this cat who must not be mutes and...
That's also a very good time.
I was just going to say that.
The cat that must not be music. Alright,
There's 7 titles.
Are you serious?
No, I know, there's just words. I can't tell. That's my grocery list for all I know.
Right.
What would you do if this person appeared?
I mean, we would obviously praise the Cat Lord, as it is their will that we are liberated. And
you start, elbowing Chatz to the side.
Can I get an insight check on them?
Sure.
Just get a beat if they, really are enamored or if they're just playing into it.
Cat.
Oh.
Cool.
That's 18.
I mean, you seem like... Because they obviously showed how fervent religious they are, you can tell, they would believe if the Cat Lord told them that this is Chatmussen, that you are their savior and you are there to free them, they would wholehearted, like, think the second coming of Jesus. Like,
Right.
they would treat you as a literal deity.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't know if it's wise to announce it right now. I tried it in the downstairs, and that just didn't really go over
That's
really well.
because they all looked at you like they didn't believe you because you don't have...
Well, he didn't have that before.
Try harder.
But,
He didn't have the face.
Yeah, that's
Is
true.
that
no.
They didn't believe
But
you.
I don't look like myself either.
Yeah, well... I got some fair dye.
Lida says, I heard that he has a jet black fur, and he has, like, arms as big as a house, and he can punch anybody into the next dimension.
That's definitely not true. No, it's not true.
Well, that's what I heard.
I heard that he's got black fur, but it used to be orange, and then it was black with a red handprint, and then it was black again, and
And there was a blonde face in there too.
And he's kind of skinny and old, and he had the hots for my mother.
That sounds very oddly specific.
It is.
For good reason, I suppose.
Don't worry what she says.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
He's
Thank you.
He's a great.
Are they picking up on this?
They're definitely not.
He did go through a moment of a mental breakdown once, and he's been cursed a few times.
Several times.
How do you know so
But
much about this?
Because he talks to me.
Oh. Wait.
Oh. The most unreligious person is now religious to the
Right.
as a patron of our own party member. Which I don't think is a bad idea.
No.
I think we're a patron of a party member.
Here's the thing, right? I feel like at this point, they're going to see you as the Messiah because you're speaking to their God.
Yeah.
You're the mouthpiece?
She's just doing stuff with Chatz.
I know.
And it's not going to go well in her favor.
No.
Does it ever go well for BreezeSong?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
This is how BreezeSongs get killed. They can't shut up.
Right.
That's fair.
Maybe the other one's different.
I hope so.
Right.
How he speaks to you?
I mean, he's talking to me right now. Well, he's not talking to me right now. He's ignoring me because he's upset.
What did you do to anger him?
What did I do, Chatz?
I think
Wait,
you just kept on speaking.
As soon as you say his name, because I don't believe you guys have said Chatz's name since, they look very confused and look back at you, and then look back at you. Were you named after Mr. And they like.
He who must not be mutants. Cat who must not be mutants.
That name, yes.
Yeah.
You really make reconnaissance hard.
I know.
In a way, I was named after Catsmussen.
How are you named after your...
Well, okay. I'm the third.
Oh, okay. That's family.
There was a gap. That my father wasn't a Chatz. There was a
How are
Chatz.
you...
Oh, wait, no, I think I told you he was, actually. There are multiple Chatz, but, okay. Yes, it is I! I am Chatz. I have been away for 240 years. I was locked away in a dark realm ruled by a vampire where I fought to save my daughter and the children of many of other tabaxis that were stolen on that fateful night. And here I am, here to liberate you all, and I haven't a clue what I'm doing.
Chatz, you should probably not talk so loud.
No, that's actually the smoothest way to get out of this that I've ever heard.
They both look at you, and Lida, stands up and walks over to you and just, pats you on the shoulder and, looks very motherly concerned and says, "Sure you are, honey. Yes, you..."
This is what I had last...
You know, things would have been a lot easier for you if you would have just kept, a family sigil. A family... You have, a family ring.
No.
Really?
You would have, stuff when you were like your crown and shit like that.
Yeah,
But,
I
like-
left it back at the castle.
Right. You wouldn't have it on you.
Awkward.
Well, anyway.
You'd think that you would, you come here to liberate these people and you don't even have a signet ring to prove that you're you.
I did not know I would not return home for over 200 years.
Well, whose fault is that?
Strahd?
It's fair.
Do you... never mind. I'm not even... anyway... Lita? I forgot your name.
It's okay.
No, the other guy.
Ewan.
Ewan. Lita, Ewan, for being remarkable hosts. Thank you for humoring us. Is there anything else we need to do tonight?
And as you say that, you hear a knock on the front door. Like a very soft, like, rapping.
Ewan, if you could ask who's there.
Ewan stands up and slowly approaches the door.
Just, like, push it against the walls.
I look around at
There's
the
nowhere
lack
to
of
hide.
furniture in this place,
Uh-huh.
There's a bed. That is about it.
and I just kind of shrug. This is a one-room house.
I can't not.
He's a dragonborn, 8 foot tall,
7.
7 foot tall.
Everybody just go to this side of the room, because when you open the door, they won't see us.
Yeah, yes. You behind the door.
Behind the curtain, nobody will see you.
Just
Wait, I got it,
It
dude.
goes up on the rod and then
Dude, wait, I got it. If you just... And you can't see them, they can't see you.
That's not how that works.
Sure it is. Sure. It's just
Okay.
about as good as you hiding behind the curtain.
Just press against the walls as best you can. Just try not get out of the line of sight of the crack of the door.
Are you guys all hiding then? I'm assuming.
Sure.
Okay. Give me stealth checks.
5.
Ugh.
So,
4.
10?
Never mind.
It's
Fucking
10.
holes.
No, what's my stealth? It's higher than 10. It's low, though. But it's higher than 10. Well, that's actually not sure. 14.
A natural 19 plus 9.
28. Okay, good. So 14, 29, 28. 24.
26.
18?
Yeah. So you guys pretty quickly and pretty quietly make your way to the left side of this room.
We all just like step 1 foot over. And
Right.
we're on the other side.
There's like a whole 20 feet
Slide.
total.
You're right.
Is it the cha-cha slide?
It might be.
So as you guys quickly
Chat slide.
Chat slide.
I like that. You quickly make your way to one side. You see Ewan open the door ever so quietly and small to try and help you guys. And you guys hear, as well as Ewan, hear like a low voice. It sounds familiar. And the voice says, "Well, who are you?" And you recognize this as John, right?
John!
John, yeah. I forgot. I don't write his name down.
That sounds like,
It's the guard that
Guard.
you sent money with to go get shit.
Right.
At least you got the address right.
Yes.
There's not a lot of addresses to mess up.
I'm going to tell you and I'll handle this, and I'll put my head around the door and say, "Hello."
So you see a familiar guard
Mhm.
that's dressed, guard.
Mhm.
And he has a large satchel on his back.
I forgot with pot stuff.
And
Yeah.
he says, is now a good time for the delivery?
Excellent time. Thank you.
Okay. And he looks expectantly for you to open the door so you can come in.
I open it as far as he needs.
Okay, sounds good. There doesn't seem to be
Squeeze, John. Squeeze.
anyone with him or near him, so I mean, in theory, you guys are safe-ish.
Yeah.
But he comes inside and undoes his satchel and opens it, and that's where we're gonna take a break.
Hey, break time!
So we will. And welcome back. So we will pick up with John unfurling his pouch for all of you.
Already?
Yeah, it's been 40 minutes.
Right. Inside is just hundreds of arrows that look rather shiny. And he starts taking out these large bundles of arrows as you guys ordered 750 steel-tipped arrows, silver-tipped arrows.
Right. I forgot about that.
You broke your bow in half early in the last game, and I was like, but I just paid for so many arrows!
But I got a better bow.
Right.
I know, but I didn't know that right away. I was just like,
You use them too.
I'm never going to come this
But I couldn't have used the silver arrows.
I mean, you probably could.
But just don't touch the tip.
Oh, but I like to touch the tip.
Right.
Just the tip.
Yeah, just the tip. So, after pulling out hundreds of arrows to hand to you both, I'm assuming.
Yeah, just put them in rivers.
Are you putting it in Chatz's bag of holding, or are you putting it in your own bags of not holding?
Well, we have a quiver.
I just
put as many as we can in the quiver.
Right.
I just shove them in my. They're so compacted in there that it's
when you pull one, it just
It's just 5 of them comes flying.
they just kind of start
and then I throw a handful of them into my bag, and then I'm like, Chatz, do you have room for 500 arrows?
Fine.
John speaks up. I do have, and he starts digging through. I do have something that might help with that. And he pulls out what looks like it's another quiver, but it's jet black with a bunch of floral.
I forgot I requested this.
A bunch of floral green swirls throughout it. And he said, "This might help. I'm not quite sure what it does, but here you go." And he just hands it over.
I start putting arrows in it.
I mean, it has currently 7 arrows already in it when he hands it to you. They just as you're glancing at it, the colors slowly start to change color of the 7 that are in there. They start blue, and then they change to yellow, and then they change to red, and so on. And they just cycle through the rainbow.
What does this do?
I don't know.
You didn't ask for instructions? Did you just go in there and go, that quiver's pretty, I'm gonna buy it?
Well,
that's what you would have done.
That's literally what we told him to do.
You asked me to get you a quiver that might be useful, so I asked him, and he said this is a really good one.
I put it on. Does it need attunement?
It does require attunement.
Okay. I shove a bunch of arrows in it, and then I start praying over it.
Okay. So you're just going to spend an hour staring at this thing?
Yeah, after he finishes showing us our prices.
Okay.
Quiver, please bestow unto me your gifts.
He does pull out...
Quiver God.
He does pull out a couple more potions. One of them, the first one he pulls out... Let me grab the description quick.
I like that this is our second shopping trip, but we've never actually been on a shopping trip.
Correct.
We just send people to do it for us.
It's much easier.
Yeah, this is fantasy Amazon.
Right. Fantasy Costco?
I guess with that
So,
many arrows.
Fantasy
The first... What? Anyway.
Why can't it be Fantasy Sam's Club?
I don't like Sam's Club, that's why.
Fantasy Sam's Club.
No.
The shittier version of Costco.
Yeah.
Where all your dreams are sad.
What? It is. I'm throwing shade. Hey,
I like Costco better too.
Sam's. Anyway, the first one is in a nice, ornate-looking vial. It's got a red liquid in it. The liquid looks like it's constantly trying to press up against the sides of this clear vial. And it has a small, tiny bead inside of it, like a deep black color that's inside the liquid, just kind of like swirling around in there. And he hands it to Sapphire, as she's the one that paid him. And he says, Hugh said this one is a potion of growth. I'm not sure what that means, but it's a potion of growth. And then...
The only one in the party that needs to be bigger is you.
I mean, you have no idea what it does necessarily, unless you would. Wait.
Could do better as a bigger person.
Are you thinking
that will do more damage as a larger size?
Oh,
that is big. Rowan,
did you just
don't
insinuate
drag me into this.
like natural male enhancement in a potion?
Yeah, that's what she was implying.
that was not my intention.
That's what your intention. Anyway,
would you like to be bigger?
Really big.
If it
these
lasts
simple tricks.
longer than 4 hours, you should call a doctor.
So
If it turns purple, be conservative.
right. Anyway, so
maybe don't do this and drugs at the same time.
are you adding potion of growth, or are you adding?
I give
potion
it to
of
Duke.
growth? Okay, you have potion of growth. Feel free to add that to your inventory, and you may be on.
Fast?
I don't know.
Fast and big?
I assume so.
I mean, he was.
I was, technically.
Yeah, you were large. It doesn't affect your speed necessarily.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was also a potion.
Mm-hmm. And then he takes out what looks like. Hold on, I have a description of this one too. It looks like, I believe, a mason jar. So like vastly different from the
I hope it's just moonshine.
Fucking moonshine.
This is a red liquid as well. But it looks similar to what you guys
Cherry moonshine.
have seen as healing potions. But it is, and he takes out these two. They're larger.
Whole mason jar, man.
Yeah, I don't want to pull out the shot and use this to pour it from it.
Where the hell?
Oh god, I'm blind.
Oh, that's not what I want. I want that.
What kind of moonshine?
Healthy but blind.
Yeah.
It's he has them in his hands and says, "This is a Hugh's homemade concoction for a healing potion. It has, you can see some elegant etchings, like floral etchings on the lid and on the side. He takes great pride in these. So I hope you enjoy them." And he tries to hand them to Sapphire again.
What is it? A healing potion?
Yeah,
Just how many?
They're greater. It's a specific named item that I'll give you, but it is a greater healing potion essentially.
Okay, great.
Two of them.
Two? Okay. I will give one to Rowan because you're fast. You can get it to people. And who wants the other one? You go down a lot.
Thanks.
Ooh, let's not shame people.
Right.
I'll take it, I guess.
So
You're just hitting all the fucking marks.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean. Are you offended that I called you small?
It's weird that you would do that, but
So feel free to add Hugh's homemade potion of healing to your inventory. Both of you.
Oh dear.
Hugh and then Hugh. It should
That
be.
just sounds like a bad idea to just add some.
Too bad that wasn't Hugh's potion of whatever you just got.
Of growth.
Hugh's
Yep.
would be a
Potion of huge.
Yeah.
I was going for alliteration, but potion is not a H. I could just do Hugh's homemade healing, but whatever. Let me know if you can't find it. I can add it.
Found it.
Okay, cool.
Pockets are.
So yeah, you guys got some healing potions, you got your potion of growth, you got your quiver, and you got a bunch of arrows. And that's
Did my quiver have a name?
Yes, it is the Quiver of Wonder.
That's
Ooh.
what I want to see.
So you feel free to add that to your inventory as well.
To kill you, I'm going to take that.
I think you both will like it, but
Yeah.
you just got a magical item, so.
I know, right?
Whoa! Add. Yes. 2. Yes.
It is quite a lengthy one, so you might have to read through it a bit. But
Novella.
Okay.
anyway, so John will grab his now empty sack and like put it back over his shoulder. Silas will probably send me actually in the morning with your cart and supplies and whatnot. So I'll see you in the morning. And he looks very confused as you guys are with the people who live here.
The homeowners.
Yeah, but he doesn't say anything other than I'll see you in the morning, and he quietly lets himself out unless you want to stop him. Okay.
Nope.
Sounds good. What do you think of the Quiver of Wonder?
I love this. It's just fucking chaos.
Yeah.
I love
wild
I
magic
love
in a
it's
quiver.
wild magic in a quiver.
Yes.
I love the chaos of this. Oh, I will be using this all the time like chaos rain.
Yes.
That's it. If you roll a 7, it does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's invisibility. Yeah.
Right, just made up a number.
Yes.
I don't have it pulled up anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how this works out, because it can definitely backfire.
Yes. It only has
Number
7
8,
charges,
backfire error.
so I can only use 7 shots out of it
Per day.
per day.
Yes.
But I will use all 7 every time we're in combat. So
Yeah.
just prepare yourself for chaos.
But so, if I understand it correctly, you roll at the beginning of the day and all 7 are the same arrow?
No, it's randomly
When you shoot
when
the
you shoot
arrow.
the
That's
arrow.
when you roll and
That's when you
okay.
roll. Yep.
Okay.
So you can have all the same arrow because it's me rolling it. So it's
okay.
what I roll,
I didn't know if it was like, it made it sound like at the day 7 appear and then you roll.
which is why they change color. Is because
I now have 2 quivers because I have this quiver and then I have my regular quiver full of silver arrows and some regular arrows.
Sure.
It's like the
I'm
Mario
ready.
swapping boxes.
Yeah.
Right,
Mario
yeah, exactly.
3.
I am ready to go. I am so excited for this quiver. I want to go shoot somebody.
Are you gonna shoot someone right now, or
No, I have to do 2 first.
I mean,
In an hour?
yeah.
In an hour, I just kind of sneak up behind like Chatz or something, and I'm just like,
Are you gonna shoot him?
not.
Okay,
Just
sounds
a
good.
roll.
Roll an attack roll to see if you hit him for one.
I'm sorry, Chatz.
It's
You're
your
outside, right?
Oh, we can't go outside. People will notice us, and if we're inside, I could cause a lot of damage. Okay, maybe I won't. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until an opportune moment.
You sure?
Yes. Because we're inside of the building and I don't want us to get caught by guards.
Yeah, an opportune moment would be when you're shooting an enemy.
You're right, I should go shoot a guard.
I would love for you to hit Chatz with some of these, because some of them are pretty gnarly.
Oh my god.
She doesn't know that.
I know.
She just thinks it's all fun.
Right?
They're pretty arrows. They're
They're
making
prettier.
prettier.
They're
Right.
making pretty.
It's all fun games till you shoot someone's eye out.
Make them ethereal.
You kill a party member.
Right. Well, I don't think you can kill a party member with any of these. I mean, some of
You
them...
might levitate for a while, though.
Sure.
Oh.
Turn into a toad.
Potted plant.
A toad is one of the things you can turn into, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, so...
Chaos magic. I love chaos magic.
I like the idea.
I love it.
We'll see how it turns out in practice.
Chaotic. Shoots boss. Becomes ethereal for a minute. We can do nothing.
Right? Well, you could do something, because you can go to...
Oh yeah, I can go into the ethereal play. Just me and the boss, 1v1.
Right, right.
She steals all the experience. Fucking
So
Gandalf
Sapphire...
the White.
Yeah, Sapphire levels up. The rest of you don't.
Uh-huh.
She actually steals 2 of your level.
Right?
You all D-level?
Yeah.
She's like a ghoul from first edition.
Yeah.
That can steal levels.
Fuck that shit.
Anyway, so that is the bundle of fun toys you guys now have. Are you guys doing anything? Otherwise, it's probably going to just be like the rest of the night you're chilling.
Oh man, I should have had the leather worker make me a backpack with a window for obsidian?
Yes.
Next time.
I can't.
We need an artificer to make that for you.
Make a backpack with a window for obsidian so that she can see the world, but in safety. Like an armored backpack.
That sounds really heavy.
Like a light armored backpack.
Yeah.
You know, like thick leather or something, you know, with a window.
If we kill a dragon, we'll just take
Studded leather backpack with a window.
Yeah,
Right,
studded leather backpack with a window. For my cat. Keep my cat safe.
Oh my gosh.
You spent how much money on a backpack for your cat?
Don't ask me questions that you don't want the answers to.
Cat pack and folding.
I'm sorry, is that a magic collar for your cat? Shut up.
So what are you guys doing the rest of the night? Are you guys just hanging out?
I'm staring at all of my party members, really wanting to shoot them with an arrow for some reason, because I really think it would be fun to see what
You're
happens.
so homicidal.
Right?
They wouldn't kill you. I mean, with most, I do like 16 damage to you.
So you would know that there is a grove of trees behind the houses that Finnick previously was in, because that's what he said he was.
Mm-hmm.
There may or may not be animals back there that you can use as target practice.
Or trees.
Or trees. You can do a tree too.
Want to shoot a deer?
You can do whatever the fuck you want.
For all Sapphire knows, this is going to just create this loud explosion that's going to
That's
alert
what's
the
keeping her from doing
all
it.
of the guards.
She doesn't want to alert the guards that we're here. But she's thinking about it. I'll get to shoot somebody eventually. The rate that we're going, we're going to be in a fight by dawn.
Yep.
Hopefully.
As the night progresses, you guys passively would see the streets would empty out of anyone other than guards. So, I mean, there would be occasionally people going by, guard uniforms, of course, but there obviously are not tabaxi or anything out. As you can probably imagine, there's a curfew. But are you guys just gonna hunker down and take watches and see what the next day? Is anyone like specifically taking watches, or are you guys just all taking a shift, or how do you want to do it?
I'll take first watch.
I'll take second.
I'll do third.
Okay. We can do the last one.
Sounds good. Are you doing anything special on your watch?
You can watch with me, too. If you feel like you need to,
I was like, okay.
you can take watch
No,
with me.
I'm alright.
It's cool. We can chat. We can play cards.
I'm quite alright.
I can ask you questions about your life, and you can ignore me.
Yeah, no, I think I'm alright.
Fine.
I will, I think I'll just be, peeking out the window. I'm just kind of observing, how if there's guards that patrol and, what routes they take, and just kind of get used to, their patterns so that if we need to leave for some reason, then, I'm more prepared.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a perception check as you're taking watch and stock of the situation. Ooh.
Oh, what was that?
Perception.
Perception? Okay. That is going to be a 17.
You rolled a 5, ladies and gentlemen.
Which means it's a 10.
Yeah, I know. Is it only stuff you're trained in, or is it everything?
It's anything that I am proficient in.
Oh, okay. Proficient, not trained, whatever. So you have a keen eye, so you notice they seem to patrol, up and down the streets, going to the, past the town itself, and, check in with much farther away, the guards of the, at the entrance, shift changes and stuff like that. You probably would see people leaving the bar, guards leaving the bar, I should say, that look a little bit shit-faced, as they're, stumbling back towards the encampment. Mm-hmm. But nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay.
Are you doing anything else? Are you, doing anything with your new sword? Are you, talking to, Ewan or Lida?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I talked to the sword earlier, and I assume this couple.
I mean, they'd be like sleeping in a little ball next to each other, like trying to stay as much out of your guys' way as possible.
Right. I assume after a hard day's work in the mines, they are probably out. So.
Yes. And who is taking the bed is probably the question.
I would imagine we would let the poor fake couple sleep on the bed.
I don't know. You guys can take whatever you want. You paid them handsomely for this Airbnb.
We are paying for a hideout.
Yeah, they can sleep on the bed. We all have bedrolls.
Okay, sounds good.
We're jerks, but we're not assholes.
Speak for yourself.
Sounds
so
good.
I have nothing special to do other than just observe, prepare.
Sounds good. So you wake up Rowan for his watch.
Yeah.
Cool. Go ahead and give me perception.
25.
Yeah, so you again, as you're just noticing the guards going up and down the street, and again, you would see several guards stumbling out. One of them, pushes another as they're leaving the bar, and you can tell that there's a confrontation, and, there's a fight about to start, and some of them are, corralling around this now group of...
Fight,
Right, exactly. And some of the other guards that are much more sober, approach and start to try to break it up. And definitely a couple of fists are thrown, but no damage necessarily.
Silly MPs.
Yes. So you see an altercation go down. Nothing really happens, but there definitely is a little bit of tension there. But they head back to the encampment, arm in arm over each other, as they're best of friends because they're drunk.
For sure.
But other than that, it seems pretty quiet. And you wake up Sapphire for her watch.
No.
You wanted this.
Obsidian, rubs up against you
We're sleeping. Oh,
and just purrs.
I grab obsidian and
I just
roll.
grab her whole bedroll and yank it.
No!
Just waiter at a table, just woof.
Oh, God!
Throw it at her face and I go back to sleep. I'm gonna shoot him later.
He's the one I'm testing this on.
I mean, you definitely can.
And I just wait until he goes to sleep. Then I put his hand in some water.
He's very
Which one, Trevor or the other one?
Oh,
Which hand?
Yeah.
She was touched.
Just trying to pound Trevor.
Right.
No, I leave the other. I leave Trevor alone.
Oh, okay. So
Trevor knows where he's
I
safe.
put some water in a bowl, and then I put his hand in the water.
roll me a Constitution saving throw just to see if you pee yourself. It's gonna be pretty low DC, so
I pissed myself.
did you roll in that one?
No, close enough though.
Oh yeah. So you definitely see his sleeping bag start to just well up with a dark spot. Sleeping roll, whatever, and his clothes, of course. And he just lets out a nice as he's peeing in his sleep.
Sapphire is chuckling ever so softly under her breath.
Oh, you'll get a payback for this.
Oh, I know.
Sapphire's proudest moment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Today I made Rowan be himself. I'm gonna write this in my notes. Pee prank on Rowan. Successful pee prank on Rowan.
Yeah. Is that another title?
I mean,
No, I still love Roomba.
Right. So are you keeping watch on? Or are you more?
Yeah, I will.
Okay,
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay. What's my perception?
Probably pretty high.
20. Dirty 20.
Okay. So, at this point, probably quite a few of the patrons have either vacated or, the last couple of stragglers are leaving. So you would see them heading out. singing loudly, like sea shanties, let's say, because I don't have a song prepared. So, I don't
understand. We're nowhere near the sea.
Right. They're just singing shanties.
Were they by the sea last time? Maybe? Where did they learn sea shanties? I don't get it. I'll ask Chatz.
But you don't seem to notice anything out of the ordinary for tonight. It definitely, like, you do see some clouds starting to head in a little bit. You probably would hear some commotion coming from Taran, but there's not a lot of light tonight. It seems like the clouds have obscured some of the moonlight. But you do hear, occasional blips coming from Taran.
Okay. Oh yeah, does it look like it doesn't look like they're being attacked like severely?
I mean, it's pretty hard to tell from this distance.
Okay.
Like you don't see a lot because there's no light sources in town.
Okay.
In Shaypa or in Taran, so it's not like they have like a bright beacon for you to see shadows or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So it just looks like darkness, especially with not a lot of moonlight.
Mm-hmm.
It just looks like buildings from this distance, but you would definitely hear some stuff going on.
Okay. Was after me Finnick?
Mm-hmm. Finnick, yes.
Okay, so I'll wake Finnick up. Maybe.
Are you cuddling with your new bow?
I look. I point over at Rowan,
and he has a dark spot on his crotch.
He's funny. I played the prank on him.
Okay.
Well, that's what me and my siblings always used to do to each other. The pranks.
He's gonna hate that.
I know he's gonna be so mad. I am so fucked.
Yeah. Right.
But I had a good laugh right now. Anyway, so that worked. It's pretty quiet. For some reason, they know sea shanties in town.
Maybe the mountain was by the ocean one point.
Maybe.
It's on a giant lake.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go back to bed.
Okay. Whoops. Yeah. Puts our hand in water.
Obsidian, you scratch him. If he plays a prank on me, you scratch him. Okay, you scratch him. You scratch Rowan. Scratch him.
She's like half asleep as you're trying to give these instructions. Are you doing sleep with animals?
Yeah.
She's like, oh, but I'm so tired. And why do you keep calling me Obsidian?
I'm sorry. That's not what I meant.
I'll do my best to stay awake.
That's not my name.
Right? But, us cats need a lot of sleep.
I need a lot of sleep, too. But you won't get any sleep if Rowan plays a prank on us.
But, how does that affect me?
Because you know me, I'm loud and expressive when I'm...
Yes, I do know that.
So you don't want that to happen. You scratch it.
Fine.
And I give her scratches. And then we curl back up for bedtime.
Oh, yeah, right there. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, behind the ear. Yep. Too many pets.
Okay. Don't scratch me. Scratch Rowan.
So
it's a projectile, right?
Right. So
just walking around the pussy. Projectile.
You. So you go ahead and fall asleep with Lily Obsidian. Go ahead and roll for perception, unless you want to do anything during your watch. That one. Okay. You are infatuated with this new bow you got.
Yeah.
You're trying to figure out. You're like,
how to steal that quiver?
Yeah. How to steal that quiver? Yeah. Do you try and steal?
No.
Oh, okay. Because Obsidian would definitely try and fight you for it. But you're very infatuated. Like, you're staring at that quiver, and you're like, that's a very pretty quiver. Like, it will look great with this bow that I just got. Like, the green really matches well with the antlers or something. But you're not even looking out the window at all. And
take watches.
Right. And at this point, the sun is probably starting to come up as it's towards the end of your watch. I'm assuming you guys went to bed at a decent time since you had nothing impeding your sleep, so you can wake up at a decent time. But you would probably start to see some of the guards towards the end of your watch start to make their way around to some of the houses to start gathering some of the tabaxi to take them with them. And it's probably like the butt crack of dawn, like the sun has just come up and they're starting to go around and rapping on doors. And they're like, yo, 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 come out.
I'm trying to go to the mine, bitches.
That's nice.
Yes, rapping. Anyway, so they are knocking on doors, rapping on doors. Anyway, yo, yo, yo. So they're...
Yeah.
Thank you for getting that. Oh my gosh. So they're on the opposite side of the street. You can see them like going door to door and like gathering them. So you would know that they're coming soon to gather the Ewan and Lydia. What do you do?
I will go and wake everyone up slowly, and then wake up Ewan and Lydia.
Okay. Yep. So as soon as you wake up Ewan and Lydia, they would both be scared as they had both forgotten that you guys were sleeping in their house, and then like you see a wave of emotion like flood over them, like, oh yeah, we're rich now.
We're rich now. We don't have to go to work.
But they see your expression and they kind of know, but they're like expecting you to say something after you wake them up. What do you just? So they like clamor up for a second, and then they send knowing eyes to each other, and they both get up and start to like. They don't have different clothes, so they just get up. I was going to say they put on different clothes, but they just have one set of clothes.
They just exchange clothes? Oh, I'm going to wear outfit A and you can wear outfit B today. We now change clothes.
Just like prestidigitation them real quick, just like, there, you're clean.
Do you have prestidigitation?
No, I don't.
No.
I don't. What's magic? I have magic, but what's magic?
That would be very suspicious if they came out in clean clothes all the time.
Yes, it would.
True. I'm sure that they strip naked and wash their clothes like once a week. You know, like
maybe
in a little washing pail, and then they like beat the dirt out of it.
We did not ask what their weekly schedule
cleaning regimen is.
We didn't even ask their names. They offered their names because we didn't ask.
So they quickly get up and start making their way towards the door. Are you guys hiding again from?
Yes, we all hide on the opposite side of the door.
Okay, sounds good. Everyone, give me stealth checks. Please.
And I'll say to them, remember, secrets.
Yes.
Okay.
15.
15 total?
Yeah, 15 total.
28.
Okay.
29.
25.
11.
Big dragon.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is a tiny hut.
Yes.
It's just Barney in a hut.
No, you just notice that Rowan's like damp and you chuckle a little.
Oh, yes. Yes,
Deep dragonborn chuckle.
You wake up and you do feel your pants are a little wet.
Mm-hmm.
You can probably guess that you pissed yourself. You definitely do smell pee. But as you guys are waking up and you're having this realization and you smell that,
As everybody is excited to wake up and start hiding, I'd like to make a sleight of hand, if I could, real quick here.
What are you trying to sleight of hand?
I'm going to take something from Sapphire.
Okay.
Thief!
It is a 24.
Oh, yeah. That's way above your passive, so you would definitely...
But does obsidian claw him?
She wouldn't even notice with my stealth check.
No, yeah, there's no way.
Obsidian. You had one job.
I mean, she tried her best.
Call her her right name. She might do her
she's
job.
Right, yeah, you still call her by not her name.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Lily.
Anyway, what are you trying to take?
I'm taking her quiver and sticking it in my my damp
You do?
my damp bedroll and rolling it up.
I noticed that you had that.
You weren't armed and armored yet.
True. You probably would have doffed your
true.
weapons. And you probably haven't grabbed your weapons by this point because you're just trying to be stealthy.
Mhm.
So I will say, yeah, you grab her new quiver, and shove it in your your bedroll. And no one would have high enough passive to see that, so no one knows.
Everybody's scrambling to get on the other side of the door. They wouldn't have.
And I'll say you two having such high stealth, while he is doing that, they help you, like, get yourself situated so you're not so loud, because that probably would have definitely alerted someone. But group stealth, you're fine. So the guards start rapping on the door, and Ewan and Lita, like, quickly head out and, like, shut the door behind them, almost not suspiciously, but, like, very quickly, like slamming the door behind them. Not like, it's like they both head out and immediately close the door as to not show anything inside. It's not very light out, so you guys do have a little bit of darkness in the building, in the room. But you can probably definitely guess that the guards are probably still hungover, and they maybe just didn't notice, but they don't seem to take note of anything inside. So you guys seem to be grand. You have everything's perfect, right?
No, you just have to wait for Silas to come and tell us what to do.
So you guys hear, like, the shuffling of dozens and dozens of feet heading out of town, and it takes a little while for the sound to slowly peter out, but it does, and you're left with an eerie silence. What are you guys doing?
Well then.
I am not making breakfast for everyone this morning.
Dun dun dun.
But I will start a small fire and wash my clothes.
You're gonna strip naked?
You're just gonna burn them?
Oh, I'm drying them.
Right, yes.
You just
Did you just, like, put him in the
You have underwear on.
What?
His underwear are wet too!
I guess, do you strip your bottom half naked to clean or do you, like, switch out to... I'm assuming you have other clothes.
I have other clothes.
Right,
I will just swap them out.
So for a moment he is naked, but he's very quick.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just for a split second. And Rosemary definitely, like, turns away, like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I don't want to see that.
Oh, it's fine. We've been in the same bathtub at least once.
Ugh.
You didn't even know you had a cousin until earlier.
He forgot me? Right? Anyway.
Rosemary.
I kind of forget she's there sometimes, so.
It's fine. It happens. Anyway, so you change out of your clothes and start drying them. And Rosemary says, "What? Did you? Something happen? What's wrong with your pants?"
There seems to have been a prank pulled last night.
What? Who pranked you?
A prank?
Chatz.
What prank?
Who would do such a thing?
Roll deception. I'm curious how bad of a liar you are.
I mean, it sounds pretty bad.
My passive insight's probably enough to...
What did that make? 13!
No. Many of you, including Rosemary, just give you a really glare. like Rosemary is kind of like, really? But also like, I approve, but really?
Did you borrow some pants?
So
I have pants.
it's very obvious that Sapphire is lying to most of you, at least.
Are you sure you don't want to borrow some pants?
I'm sure.
So we're waiting on Silas, or at least John, to get back with our things. Is there any value to exploring this town, or?
I don't think there's anything in town, is there?
I don't think there's anything in this town. This feels like
a wasteland.
Yeah.
I mean, from what you know, there's a bunch of shanty houses, a couple businesses, and one of them is abandoned.
Like big prison.
You do know there is an encampment, and there are occasionally guards that come by, but it's pretty scarce during the day. It seems like, being as you did watch them last night, you might put two and two together and think, the hungover guards from last night probably don't care enough about guarding this town, and so they're probably just sleeping it off. So most of the day, the town probably goes unguarded or very lightly guarded.
Right. I don't like sitting around feeling useless. Well, what's our plan? Is it under Felix? Is that where we're going next?
It depends on the information that
Silas got from Kudath.
But I think that is our plan. She's trying to get us passage there.
As you guys are discussing your plans for the day, Rosemary, you can see her expression changes from her, cleaning her armor to, like a dog hearing the doorbell ring type of thing. I guess John's gonna be here soon. Silas just messaged me. John will be here with the carriage and the paperwork.
Oh, we're getting a carriage.
Paperwork.
We're going straight there.
We had. Don't you remember? She said that we are going to be merchants. We're bringing supplies.
I forgot.
That we're to bring supplies up to Underfelix.
What's our merchant name? What's our business name? What do we sell?
Well, there's various goods. We're bringing a shipment to some sort of general store, I'm guessing. I wasn't given a name of the general store. I might have to ask around when we get up there. You would know that the merchant district, you know where it is, and you would know that there is a general store there. It might have changed names since you've been there, but you have a vague idea of where to go at least. Rosemary says, yes, I believe John will be here relatively soon, so we should probably gather our things and get ready to leave.
I think I need to wash my bedroll real quick, and I will unfurl it now that the quiver has been soaked well enough.
Oh.
I will unroll it and let the quiver fall out as I unroll it.
Rowan!
Oh, where did that come from?
Rowan, it's gonna smell like piss!
So, as you unfurl it, several of the arrows that are in it just go flying. They don't do anything as they're not being actively thrown.
You're gonna be the one that I shoot with the arrow, and then you're gonna throw it back at me because you can catch them.
Yeah.
Lily, why didn't you scratch him? We talked about this. Why didn't you scratch him? He took my thing. Why didn't you scratch him?
She looks over at Rowan, just scratches at you, not actually scratches you.
And then paws a thumbs up.
Yeah. Your cat has thumbs.
Oh my god.
There are cats that have thumbs.
There are.
Yeah.
She didn't understand the instructions I gave her yesterday.
You are too? Could have done much worse.
So as you're gathering your...
I know more camp pranks, Rowan. I'll get you. Get the shaving cream in the face next. As soon as I find
Where are
someone...
you getting shaving cream?
Right.
I don't know, because none of y'all shave.
Right.
Oh, hi, ma'am. Come here.
to be specific, the message was, I forgot this part. Silas also mentioned Jamoth. He is supposed to be your Jamoth will be delivering the carriage, not John. Similar name,
maybe the brothers.
Maybe
Jamoth.
Yeah, Jamoth. One of my men will be delivering everything to you in the morning. After the town is emptied, go to Underfelix, bring the supplies to the Lonely Tome, and find Brom Felden. He'll help you with lodging, and he'll find you. He'll find you lodging and help you. Is what I wrote. So that is her message. So you guys hear a carriage start to make its way down the main thoroughfare. Like, it's pretty loud. It's not very quiet necessarily. But you guys can now see what looks like a guard dressed like a guard bringing a carriage directly to your door.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
Merchants, huh? We're merchants now.
I guess so.
You should not look like a tabaxi. Unless you're our tabaxi. Nope, it wouldn't work. We're not work creatures.
Could I look out and see the the coach driver, like what he's dressed as?
He's dressed like a guard, so like he would have like armor, like leather armor, like daggers on both sides, like a shield on his back, scarf kind of covering some of his face. Some of them look like they have like a prosthetic like nose put in to make it look like they are more like were creatures.
We should get one of those.
Yes, that would be very handy. I think I'm going to change my armor to look more like the guard armor.
Okay.
That's been sported, and then kind of taken a page out of his book. Like, I'm gonna try and tie a piece of cloth around my muzzle to look more to hide my features. So.
Okay, sounds good. So you go ahead and give me a deception. I can't remember what we did. What's sleight of hand? To make your
yeah, I don't
your disguise kit.
Yeah, I'm having trouble with the internet, but
I have your character sheet.
Okay.
Which I believe it was sleight of hand, so it's +6.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Yes. So you effortlessly you effortlessly make a brilliant disguise that makes you look almost identical to some of the guards you've previously seen that are were creatures. Mm-hmm. So and all of you are astounded at how amazing his disguise is, because it barely looks like Chatz anymore.
Did you steal one of the fake noses?
No, it's just a trick of the eyes. Well.
You're getting really good at countering.
Thank you. Well, I think we're ready then, are we? Is there anything else we need? We have all of our supplies. And let's meet our ride.
So you hear another rapping at the door, and he says, "Yo, yo, yo."
Who is it?
Open up. He doesn't say his name.
Okay, I crack it open.
It looks like the guard that you had previously seen bringing the carriage down.
Oh, okay.
And he whispers, I'm Jamoth. Are you? Is this for you? And he takes out a small bundle of what looks like parchment that's wrapped up. And he's like, I believe this is right. This is for you. Like, you can definitely tell he's unsure of what the fuck is going on.
Mm-hmm.
But he looks confused and also, like, paranoid at the same time. Like, he's definitely, like, cautious about this whole thing.
Mm-hmm. I believe it is. Could you please hand over those?
He, like, quickly hands them to you and says, bring these up to Under Felix.
Okay. I'm gonna unfurl the papers real quick and look them over.
It looks like shipment requests for, like, various types of general goods supplies, and it would distinctly say, like, bring to the Lonely Tome, in Under Felix, like, basically like an address, and it would give, like, an itemized list of, you have a bunch of, I don't know, like, quivers and arrows and swords and shields and all, like, just generic general goods supplies.
Right. Okay. And I'll say...
With your keen eye, you probably would be able to tell that these are forged documents.
Right.
And she also told you. But, like,
yeah.
It looks pretty legit.
Mm-hmm. All right. Everything looks good here. Are you to escort us, or are we on our own?
Oh, no, you're on your own, bud.
You know the way.
You know the way.
Yes. Well, thank you for your service. We'll be on our way. And
he, like, gives you, like, a small bow, and then he hurries back towards the encampment. Like, the other side, the completely different way from where you guys are going. What are you guys doing with this new cart of supplies?
Well, shall we take our vehicle up to the mountain?
So we have, like, one horse tied to this wagon?
There is no horse. It is like pulley. Like, it's a hand-drawn cart. Yep. It looks like it might be big enough for maybe one of you to hide in said thing. Maybe not Duke, but he's a very large creature. But I mean, there's a bunch of, like, lumpy things underneath the tarp that would be on top of it. It's not a huge cart, but you might be able to hide up one person if you so choose on this thing.
Well, is anyone going to ride in the cart? Preferably a lighter one.
Oh, I can do it.
Okay.
Perhaps I will help pull, as it looks pretty heavy.
Yeah. I'm the lightest, I think, in the group.
I mean,
is that Rosemary speaking?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can ride in the cart, and then if we are attacked, then I'm just a mobile bow and arrow.
I mean, you're an Aragonasi. I'm assuming they're pretty light.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm not wearing heavy armor, so I'm just gonna.
Okay.
Me and Obsidian. Lily.
Yes. So you get in, like, you pull. So I should back up. Are you guys being stealthy at all as you guys are now getting into this cart and, like, are you communicating with the door open? How are you facilitating this? Because you have a guard, like you were given this from a guard, and there's a cart that's just sitting outside of your now abode.
Well, I think we go out there and we just own the performance. We just act like we're supposed to be here.
Cool. Nobody ever have anyone ask me anything, because I won't be able to lie to them.
Okay. Well, maybe that's best that you hide in the cart then.
Perfect.
Okay. And
I mean, I'll try to lie to them, but
okay.
I think you all know that I'm bad at it.
We all know you're bad at lying. It's fine.
Unless it's on your back.
That was a good one.
Okay.
Like mother, like daughter.
Yeah, 6.
I think if we have her in the cart, we have a couple in the front hauling, and the rest walking beside it. Let's go do it. Our shipment is waiting.
Sounds good. So, you're just heading out and grabbing. So Rosemary's going to grab the left side. She gestures for you to grab the right.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk. Since I'm dressed as a guard, I'm going to kind of walk to the side of the haulers, but kind of towards the front, like I'm escorting them.
Okay, sounds good. All right, what are you guys doing then? Are you guys just flanking on the side, or
Maybe towards the back.
okay?
Yeah,
Sounds good.
you can cover ground.
Do we want to be stuff here?
I mean, I don't know that we really need to be.
No, I don't think stealth is
we have
necessary. here.
papers that say we're merchants, so we're meant to be here, right?
Our stealth is obviously looking like traders. We're under disguise.
Yep.
Sounds good. So you jump in the back then, Sapphire?
Yeah.
So you unfurl the tarp of it, and you definitely would see, like various weapons. They look not well taken care of.
I just push them over to the side, and I move the tarp around and use my bedroll. Am I hiding in the cart? Is that the plan, or am I just sitting in the cart?
It's up to you. Whatever.
Because if I'm hiding in the cart, I'm going to make a pillow for it. But if I'm just hanging out in the cart, then I'm just going to make myself a nice, comfy place to sit.
I mean, Chatz would know that it's not a huge journey up to Under Felix. It's probably a good, hour cart ride.
Yes. On the other hand, they check the cart, they might wonder why there's a woman hanging out in there.
You mean hiding in there?
Yes.
Oh, so I'll just hang. Okay, I'll push everything to the side to make myself space and just hang in there. Not hide.
Okay.
Sounds good. So Rosemary and Duke grab the sides and turn it, and I'm not even gonna make you roll for strength because together you guys can easily pull this thing. But you manage to start making your way out of town. Everyone in tow. You would see as you're leaving the town, the entrance to the mountain. Looks like there are guards there. They don't pay you any mind as you guys keep going past and go up this curve as it slowly starts to incline. It starts to become a little bit harder for you guys to start pulling. Continue pulling, I should say. And Rosemary, hits a rock and, stumbles for a second and she, loses grip. But she manages to grab onto it and keep pushing her way up. You guys do eventually, over the course of the hour, make your way up the hill to it levels off when it gets closer to the town, which, as you can see, the main entrance has large stone, 15-foot high walls. I have a description. The only entrance is a set of large metal double doors that they're barred, like a barred gate. But you can see there are some guards standing on the inside, and as you guys approach, several of the guards see that you're escorting them and hail to you and say, "Hey, what seems to be this?"
Shipment to the general store. Papers right here.
They gesture for you to hand the papers to them through the gate.
And I do.
So they grab it and they unfurl it and they start reading it and they look over at you and back at this and they don't seem suspicious in any way, but go ahead and roll me persuasion or deception. Persuasion. You're not lying. This is going to the town.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's really good.
21.
Yeah. So they look you over and look at your ragtag group and say, why do you need so many guards to help you with this shipment? Why are there so many of you?
They didn't really tell me why there's so many of them, but I know that the one in the cart said that she hurt her leg on the trip up here, and so that's why she's riding along.
Whatever. And they like
Weirdos, right?
right. And they start to undo the lock from the inside, and they open the doors, and the doors open in. And you guys can see now, the city like greatly opens up as you guys walk in with the cart. The 2 guards standing on the side. You see a large statue right in front of you that like doesn't block your entrance necessarily, but it's probably a good like 20, 30 feet in. It's like a mural, and it shows several wolves, like wolf pack, and then werewolves like start to stand up basically into werewolves, and they seem to be in a setting of a forest. And there is a set of, like, a herd of deer that there seem to be chasing after. But that's, like, the immediate thing you guys see as soon as you walk in. And there does seem to be a plaque underneath of it. But past that, there is a large thoroughfare that goes to a town square that looks like. And then in a little bit ways, there seems to be, larger side streets. You would see several like housing developments like throughout this entire area, but there's not like defined roads around the houses. They're just kind of splotched all over. But these houses do look significantly nicer than the house that you guys have been used to in Taran and Shaggy Paw. Like to your right, you would see stucco row houses with heather thatch roofs and softly blowing chimes in the wind. They look like much larger, still single rooms. As you can probably guess, that is the lower income type of housing. And then you see slightly nicer housing to the left, which are sometimes 2 stories, sometimes 1 story, but they seem to be much larger and higher scale. Like some are even of stone make. But just looking at these houses, they look significantly better than what you're accustomed to so far. You would know that the Merchants District is the one to the left. So if you were to go past the statue and take the longer, wider road, that would take you directly to the Merchants District.
We should head over that way.
You would know also to the right is the Lower Moor.
Mm-hmm. Most of the shops are going to be over this way. So, and I'll do it. Did they give those papers back to me?
They did. Yes.
Okay. I'll look it over and see if like there's like directions or anything on there. Or...
We got the name of the place that we needed to go to.
Right. So.
You did. Yes.
All right. Yeah. So we'll just head towards the Merchants District.
Okay. So you gesture like a cop directing traffic. You're like go this way, down the corridor. And Rosemary and Duke have like a wide berth as they go past the statue and around to go down the left corridor. Then, and you guys can see now. There's again several houses along the side of this thoroughfare, and then towards the end, it looks like it comes to like a rounded plaza that has several businesses surrounding, as well as dozens of carts that are strewn about. And as you guys approach, you would see several businesses, like signs for businesses. One looks like a purple witch's hat. Another one looks like a golem that's swinging in front of the door, and the other one looks like a single green tome that you would remember is where the general store used to be, but it wasn't named the Lonely Tome when you lived there, of course. But it would be to your right, and then past all of the carts in this plaza, there's another main road that leads out of this area. So,
I'll point out the green tome signage.
I want to go in all these shops and buy things that I don't need.
I just want to see what they have to sell.
I know. Can we go in the shops, please? Or merchants? Maybe we're looking for wares to take.
Let's stick on mission here, and then we'll see if we have time or leverage to do shopping later. Yeah.
Okay, so you're pulling up to the Lonely Tome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as you do, let me grab that description. You see a man, a half-elven man. Surprisingly, I should take note. Many people here are not of necessarily aware creature descent. Some are just humanoid, but not tabaxi. Like you would notice people walking about that are aware creatures that do have tabaxi in tow. Like either they have collars around their necks, or they have like a notch taken out of their ear, or like they have a piercing of some sort. But they seem to have like some way of identifying, like, this is my tabaxi servant, essentially. And it varies depending on the group. But you would see them like all about this area. Either they're alone, like the tabaxis are alone and like doing errands, or they are being escorted with several were creatures. But there are just other people like elves and dwarves and whatnot that do live here. And the owner that looks like he is helping someone outside currently is a male elf. And he is standing in front of a well-lit, large building. You do see there's a beggar that's sitting outside that the elf is trying to shoo away. It's a stucco cabin with a red tin roof. You can see from the outside it has like nice glass windows. There is a large like candelabra in the window, and the walls are just covered with supplies. But you see this elvish man talking, like shooing away this beggar as you guys are approaching. What do you guys do?
So because nothing was working, I didn't take notes about who this guy's name was.
You don't know his name.
I remember there was a name.
There was a name, but
that's for the inn.
That was for lodging.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello there, shopkeep.
Yes, hello, welcome. Welcome to the Lonely Tome. How can I help you?
I was supposed to escort this group up here. They have a shipment.
Oh, let me see your paperwork.
I hand it over.
And he looks at it. He definitely looks at it a lot more intense than the guards did. Mm-hmm. But it seems like he's not suspicious necessarily. Mm-hmm. And he hands it back to you and says, "Well, I appreciate the supplies. I've been running low on a couple things. I hope you brought everything I need." Excuse me. The name is Theritis. And you can leave the car out here, and I'll have it'll give me some time to empty it.
Sorry.
Unless you would like to help me unload.
All these big, strong boys can help you.
Are you gesturing to Rosemary?
I'm gesturing to these guys, and also Miss.
And he says, "Well, I will make sure to pay you handsomely for your help. If you would be willing to help me unload it, it will take me quite a while to do it myself."
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not opposed, I guess.
Okay, so you guys head back to the back end of the cart and unfurl the tarp and start grabbing stuff and bring it inside, I'm assuming?
Yeah. While I'm doing that, like, can I tell what any of this stuff is?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like very simple, like I said, armor and weapons and maybe some books, like not necessarily like spell books, but like just reading books. Maybe some food, like rations and like different types of, meats and fruits and whatnot. Like this is a general store, so it's going to have a bunch of different shit.
Okay.
But it doesn't seem like anything of high value or anything.
It doesn't seem like anything's hidden within these, as if there's like an underground shipment.
Roll me investigation.
Oh boy. What do we got?
12.
So you're digging around through a lot of this, and you're doing this over the course of, an hour or so to unload this carriage. And you don't seem to find anything out of the ordinary. Nothing that stands out as like, this is like a bomb or anything. It seems pretty normal shipment. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
Are you just like standing there watching them as they're
I'm trying to play the role of a guard. Like, I don't want to be suspicious.
So I mean, he definitely would eye you as you're standing there watching them unload, and like at one point he would say, "You can probably go." I don't.
Oh, he's gonna escort us to the inn.
They are
the inn is just across the way, and he points at the witch's hat.
Oh.
Well, you could say it's the Courageous Witch. That's a tavern, but they would have rooms.
Is that the one that we were told to go to?
No.
Okay.
You were told to look for a specific person.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I was ordered to watch after the group. They haven't been verified. Some new policy. I don't make the rules. I just enforce them.
Only persuasion.
Yeah.
I can't see it, but...
Persuasion, dirty 20.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You definitely seem like... almost like you had premeditated, like, thought that up before he had said it, and it just kind of rolls off the tongue. Mm-hmm. But he doesn't seem to take much interest or is too inquisitive. He's more interested in what they seem to be bringing in, like, oh, that needs to go over there, or, oh, that, okay, that should go there. But he's just, like, half listening to you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you guys finish unloading the cart, and he says, don't worry about this. I'll take care of the cart for you. You won't have to take it away or anything.
Thanks.
I figured you're done with your shipment. You don't need this anymore.
Okay.
And he goes back behind the counter and grabs a small little satchel of coin, and he gives you each a silver piece.
Woo, make the money!
I guess I'm gonna go retire now.
All right, you lot. Let's get your lodgings for tonight.
Silver is, that's a decent, like...
Yeah.
As we walk away, I tip my silver piece into that beggar's cup that he was trying to scurry away.
Okay, yeah. Do you grab the silver piece?
Take the silver.
It doesn't bother you at all? Okay. So, you approach the beggar, and you throw it in his cup, and this is a obviously very old, very disheveled, looking dwarven man. And he looks up at you. He has just a full beard, like a dark gray beard. Like, it looks like he has some vomit and some food in it. Like, he looks like he hasn't showered in years. And he just, like, looks up at you and looks in the cup and says, well, thank you. That was very nice. I appreciate it. Mm-hmm. This will feed me for quite a while.
Or buy you one drug.
Maybe.
Yeah. You know what? It's his money to spend now.
Right. You were definitely the only coin in that cup, though.
Well, was the guard given a coin too?
Yes, you were given a coin.
Sapphire looks at everybody and she's like,
Yes, I will deposit the coin in his cup.
Okay. Oh, I would not expect that from a guard. Are you sure you don't need this?
I just wink at him.
He looks at you odd, but he gladly takes it and says, "Thank you. This will be fabulous. I can eat and drink for the full day."
Sapphire just keeps looking at you guys and looking at his cup and going like,
I mean, Rosemary would definitely have given silver at this point. Like,
yeah, so much money.
Well, Rosemary will bend down and hand him the coin and not put it in his cup and say, "Make sure you clean yourself up a bit with this." And she actually will give him 5 silver.
Rosemary upstaging everyone, right?
Yes. But she says,
we gave her a lot of money at some point in time.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
I think we got paid for something and gave her share.
Right. You look like you've fallen on hard times, sir. But take this and do some good for yourself. And he looks overjoyed, and he quickly takes the money and hides it in his pocket, so that he only has 1 coin in his cup. And he says, "I greatly appreciate this blessed day." Are you guys heading away from the beggar? Okay, sounds good.
We told where to find this person that we're looking for.
Again, meta shield down. I wasn't able to write anything at the time, and so I don't remember.
Brom Felden is his name.
Rom Felden?
Brom. B-R-O-M.
Were we told where to find him?
No. You were just told to find him.
Well,
maybe the beggar
it's a
knows.
good place.
Hey!
Oh,
While we're still standing there,
Yeah.
can I...
Are you going to try to pickpocket him?
No. I am not a bad person.
But he's got some money now.
Yeah.
That's silver. Maybe that doesn't bother you anymore.
It doesn't. Can I use 1 charge on the bow?
Sure, what would you like to do?
I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
And I just want to see...
If he...
Yeah.
So you cast... That'll take a minute to cast, right? I believe.
Yeah, no doubt. Look at this magic shit. It just has 1 action.
Oh, it's an action. Okay. So you cast it, and you don't get any schools of magic out of him. He does not emanate any magical anything.
Well,
your friends do, obviously.
Yeah, sometimes a dirty beggar's just a dirty beggar.
But I just felt like there was something there.
It's not Jesus.
While we're still standing there talking to him, or I'll bend down and I'll be like, "Do you know somebody by the name of Brom?"
Nope, never heard of him.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Maybe if you head over to the Courageous Witch, maybe he'll be having a drink. Who knows?
That sounds like a good idea. I take out a gold and I just put it in his cup and be like, "Get yourself something nice to eat."
I'm gonna give him an aneurysm here.
He is overjoyed, literally jumping for joy at this point.
Fucking got him an apartment with that gold piece.
Right.
Moving on up to the dwarven side.
And he shakes your hand fervently, "Thank you so much. It's been so long since I've eaten. Maybe I can even sleep in a nice warm bed tonight." And he grabs all of his money and just starts shoving it in his pockets that look like they're barely holding anything together, as his clothes are very disheveled and holey and whatnot. But he quickly runs over to a nearby merchant that's selling food, and he just grabs some of his silver and starts to just hand him.
Give me all your food.
Right. Essentially,
I just want whatever this will give me.
He just slaps down some silver, and the merchant just looks super confused as he starts giving him like some sweet rolls and some meat and whatnot to fill his very empty stomach.
See, we do good things for people. Sometimes we do bad things, but sometimes we do good things, and that's balance.
Indeed. But I agree with him. We should check out some local taverns.
Yeah, let's go to that witchy witch.
Yes.
Purple witch. Hat witch. Witch.
Yes.
Right.
I'm sure there's enough gossipers in there. We'll find some answers.
One sec. I have to write notes about my stupid shit I'm making up, so I remember it for later.
You mean the peasant whose life we've just changed?
I mean, maybe I probably should write that down too.
We've been altering the
The tabaxi people who we literally gave a small fortune to.
Right.
Yeah.
Why can't I?
Like,
Hi, we need to stay in your house for one night. Here's enough money to buy a new house and servants.
Right.
We don't understand money.
well, you definitely don't.
No. That's how come Sapphire looks at you guys and she holds out like 10 gold pieces and she's like, this enough? No? No, maybe?
Less is more.
Yeah, I probably could have stopped earlier, but I was like, whatever. You know? What am I going to do with it? Buy shit?
Right.
I'm like loaded with a lot of good shit right now, so...
Right. So you guys see him run off to feed his belly, and you guys are heading over to the Courageous Witch, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you guys are meandering your way through a bunch of carts of various people buying shit. You guys do make your way over to the signage with purple witch hat. This is a brick single-story building with a red roof, and it also has chimes that are blowing in the wind. There's a small bell that's hanging over the door, and you can see in that there's just a bunch of messy tables and like cutlery and leftover food on the like strewn about throughout the tables. Looks like it's pretty busy. But as you guys head over and make your way in, that is what we're going to end it for tonight.
All right.